Hello everyone, welcome to Rumble Weekend. Welcome to Wumble Weekend. It is time to rumble. And today I have decided, through an executive decision, we are going to start the stream with the Cotton Eye Joe from the very first run of Rumble. The second I hit that first trampoline, we're going Cotton Eye Joe mode. It's going to be crazy. Your weekend, you're rumbling it? Good, I'm straight up rumbling my weekend right now. This is crazy. I cannot wait to do this. What's up, yo, is Lilo? What's up, C Jiggy? So, I guess in just a second, we're going to start doing some runs here. And we're going to listen to some Cotton Eye Joe. Oh, let me get my counter up. I'm going to do my best to count the number of runs that I do. Just because I think that that's nice. Alright. What's up, y'all? Dang, everyone's showing up now. It is Rumble Weekend. What's up, fellow Rumblers? If you're rumbling, I wish you the best of Rumble luck. So, without further ado, how many shinies we getting this weekend? At least 20. At least 20. Bro Sidon, Rumble Weekend, baby! Congratulations on the 2 you found so far. I'm not going to spoil it, of course. Of course. Alright, so, without further ado, we're going to get things started with the Cotton Eye Joe experience right off the bat until a shiny's found. This is gonna be crazy. Pharaoh Elijah Wood, thanks for 20 months.
Of power for a
Let's rumble.
subscriber. Thanks for the sub.
Yeah, it's gonna be an absolutely skibbity weekend.
Rumble time.
Yeah, normally I wait like 30 minutes to like an hour to start the Cotton Eye Joe experience, and I'm like, why not just Cotton Eye Go, you know? Right off the bat. Get right into things. Get on with it. Oh my gosh, it feels good to be playing this again. It runs so smoothly. This game feels so smooth. What do you think of single system hunting? It's valid. It's cool. Like, there are a lot of people who, like, for a long time, there were honestly single system elitists that were like, it's only a cool shiny if you found it on one game. I've never been one of those, but I've always had, like, mad respect for people who hunt on a single game. It's not impossible either. I mean, you can totally find shinies on just one game if you just dedicate your time to it. Might take you a little bit longer sometimes than someone hunting on, like, 4. But, just gotta do what you gotta do. Any encounters are better than no encounters at all, you know? And that's a sparkling Mothim, by the way. That does not mean it's shiny. That just means it's sparkling. Professor Sam Oak. I know that guy. He's like Mr. Pokemon guy. That's awesome. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. You've definitely done it out of necessity. I mean, I've done it out of necessity in the past, too. Long before I was, like, a dedicated hardcore shiny hunter. I only had one copy of Fire Red till, like, I don't know, like 2015 or 2016. I single hunted Moltres, and it took like 23,000 resets. Oh yeah, it's totally still worth hunting. It's better than not hunting at all. And you know, like, single hunting, another nice thing about it is that you can take on some of the most ridiculous hunts in the entire series, and it never feels overwhelming. It can be overwhelming to be hunting on so many games at once sometimes. Especially with really active hunts like Feebas, like any sort of fishing in Gen 3. Or like roamer hunts and stuff. But if you're on a single system, that doesn't really matter. You can do whatever with it. You can go crazy. And when I play Rumble, I'm only doing it on a single system too, because my brain would be missing so many shinies if I were to do this on multiple copies of the game at once. Hey, Port
Level 100.
Raptor. Burnifier, thanks for 5 months.
Twitch.tv subscriber.
Microwave going.
Thanks for the sub. Yeah.
It's good to see you again, Matt. Microwave going.
Oh no, did it not loop? Oh no, we have a momentary moment of silence. Hold on. Let me fix this. Fixed. Oh my gosh. Oh hey, Skyfish. Hello, Rumblers. Anyone find anything crazy yet this weekend? I haven't actually checked the hashtag yet. I've seen a few of Shining Danny's finds on Instagram. You're gonna rumble? Let's go.
Level 100.
Barry Beinfeld. Thank you for the birdie
Twitch.tv subscriber.
There it is.
Thanks
Appreciate
for the sub.
That.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There it is.
You will not be rumbling this weekend? Dang. Rumble weekend never, like, treats you too well anyway. Last time you had to have the boiled Cheeto water, right? That's a crazy question, original meme. I want to say I saw someone type that in Johnstone's chat as well. That might have been you. What's up, in the Riley? I'm just getting started with Rumble this weekend. I did a lot of editing this morning alongside my work. I finished my NAIC video. It should be up sometime soon. So my whole New Orleans vlog, it's like 25 minutes long, and it does have some shinies in it. And I uploaded a card opening as well. I did, I opened some of the Stellar Miracle set, the new Japanese set, and it was really cool. It's on Absol 2, second channel. Can I do an art stream someday? It'd be interesting to draw something. Like, that would be fascinating. I've never considered doing that before on stream. I've only recently really started to draw a lot more again. Whenever I go into the office, I bring a notebook as the ultimate coping mechanism so I can just draw something for fun. Eureka, no... Okay. I need you to link that anyway. I would love to see that. And I can rain check it and save it for a future stream. Is there a way to play Rumble in the Wii U? That's what I'm doing right now, actually. I bought this on the Wii Shop channel back in 2014. On my Wii U. And there's still ways to install it on a Wii U. But this game is unfortunately no longer available officially. I'm not going to discuss the means by which you can acquire it these days. But, like, there's no way to purchase this game anymore. You never took a picture of it? You'll get on that? Let's go. I'm excited to see that. Your Ramona Marsh art is crazy, Davian.
Level 100. Pinnacle of power for a
Twitch.tv subscriber.
Storm, thanks for 5 months. One more weekend.
Yeah.
One
Thank you for
weekend.
subscribing. Storm. Do I like Skibbity Toilet now that Michael Bay is making a movie about it? I still haven't seen any of it. I am so out of the Skibbity loop. Which is interesting because, like, the Skibbity Toilet itself is kind of like a loop through which a human head emerges. That's what I've gathered about it right now. I don't want to literally get into the Skibbity loop, but maybe someday I'll learn a little bit more about it. Since it's intriguing that there's a whole movie coming out about it. There are sadly no shinies in any of the other Rumble games. Other than Rumble U, which doesn't really count because, like, that's like
100.
password exclusive and
Pinnacle of power
Amiibo
for
like
a
Twitch.tv subscriber.
In the game
Thanks for
normally.
the sub.
Flower Garden
Yeah.
again, thank you for 38 months. Appreciate
Yo.
that.
Have a good Rumble weekend, everyone.
Thank you so much, Snail. Would I name my son Skibadiah? I'd have to consider it at the very least. Why can't you redeem the timeout? Don't worry, you will be able to again soon in the future. I just turned off most of those redeems for today because I wanted to maximize the rumbling that I get in. I
Level
no
100.
distractions.
Pinnacle of
All
power
Pokemon
for
Rumble all the
Twitch.tv
time,
subscriber.
and all
Thanks
Cotton
for the
Eye Joe until a
sub.
shiny appears.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that, Toaster 2 Coaster. It's exciting that there are people still going through a CEJE for the first time literally right now. Tuca Brito, thank you for 7 months. Appreciate that. Thank you. Not watching Skibbity Toilet is honestly a blessing. I mean, now that you say that, though, like, it makes me want to watch it more, you know? Kind of reverse psychologying me into want to, like, go Skibbity mode. What if I did that this whole Rumble weekend? I watched the entire Skibbity Toilet series. Matt Brandel the Younger? That sounds like a painter's name, because I'm thinking of, like, Bruegel, or whatever, the older and younger. You don't like Gen Alpha? You will unsub? That's threatening. I'll be going for probably about 3 hours right now, if I had to guess. Maybe not for the whole Cotton Eye Joe experience. Fingers crossed it's shorter than that. But the kickoff stream, probably like 3 hours or so. My goal is to, like, try and actually upload this as a VOD to the VOD's channel. This kickoff stream. Someone was asking me, like, what happened to doing that every Rumble weekend, and I'm like, you know what? I should start that tradition again. I want to start using the second channel more, Absol 2, for a lot of like the simpler videos that I would usually upload to the main channel, like the TCG openings and this. Because a lot of the time these days now, I really put so much effort into like every main channel video and stuff. And I wanted like every video to have like the same level of excitement. And I still love making videos like this and the what's it called? The TCG openings, and I still put a lot of thought into each of them. But it's definitely not like the main reason that a lot of people subscribe, even though that there are a lot of people who will watch whatever I put out. So I think I want to start using that second channel more. Yeah, if you do exclamation mark VODs, that's where you can find the second channel. Do I do content full-time? I do not. I still work my 9-to-5 office job, programming. And it's really weird. Like, I go in like 2 days a week. I don't really feel all that much attachment to it. Other than like, alright, this is the means by which I get by and stuff. So I don't see myself like moving up there anytime soon. It's really weird. Like, I think a lot about things, and like in the years that I've worked there, I've had so many more doors open because of doing this like YouTube, Twitch, Pokemon stuff than my actual job. But like the actual job is like such a nice like feeling of security to have too. It's a lot of weird conflicting thoughts for sure. The struggle of like full time or not. A setup guide for Rumble Weekend? Honestly, it would be great if someone made a good tutorial on that, because, like, that's something I'm probably not going to do myself, because, to be completely honest, I'm really not sure the best way to set it up on a generic computer from scratch, either. Because, like, I had set everything up for, like, all of this, like, so long ago, and I mostly play on console, so I don't have a good guide on that kind of stuff. So, if someone out there wanted to do that, it'd be great. You feel that so hard. Yeah, exactly, Ben. You and I are probably in the same boat with that kind of stuff. Like, we definitely have our passions, and it's weird to, like, think of, like, our day-to-day jobs as, like, our passions compared to, like, working on the stuff that we do. What do you do if your laptop runs Rumble at, like, 10 FPS? You might be able to, like, mess around with some graphics settings or something. Again, I'm not an expert on running stuff on the computer, to be completely honest. You make the kind of stuff that, like, I feel like you could someday if you really wanted to, Ben. I love a good Brosidon video. They're so comfy. And, like, there's a lot of thought and, like, you know, just genuine goodness that goes into each video. Like, I feel like I've never clicked on a Brosidon video and left, like, bored or unsatisfied. You always surprise me with, like, just either, like, technical facts or, like, suddenly going to like a wine tasting on the beach or something, or going to a baseball game. It's always so much fun. What's up, Sean? You just passed 18k for Sinjo Giratina? That is insane, Beanhurst. Good luck. That is a grind of a hunt. I'd be so conflicted if I got a Sinjo shiny. Because part of me would want to leave it untouched forever, and another part of me would want to, like, also train it up to level 100. I think I'd have to meet in the middle. And I'd have to, like, I'd do a level 100 gauntlet with a non-shiny Sinjo Pokemon, and shiny hunt one to stay at level 1. Because level 1 legendary is so sick. And what's up, Laugh here? I'm attempting to win. I'm trying to win. Really full circle moment there, Ben. That's so cool. Thank you. Sinjo level 100 gauntlet? Yeah, it'd be fun. Training up like a baby Giratina to level 100. I do have enough Heart Gold Soul Silver copies. I have a good number. Not like a crazy, ridiculous number or anything, but like a number that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good number to have. Society, if you weren't horrible at taking pictures with your phone, oh no. Steady hand, steady hand. What's up, Weevil Woodpecker? Lighting is important, too. Like, it's so much easier to get a good picture of something on your phone if, like, you're in a well-lit area. Gonna spend all weekend working in your Mystery Dungeon Day video? Very exciting. I eagerly anticipate that. I know you're a huge Mystery Dungeon
Level
fan.
100.
And you never disappoint with what you're
Pinnacle of
working on.
power for a
Twitch.tv subscriber. Thanks for the
The
sub.
Oros, Latios, and
yeah.
Syndro Ruins race will feed families. That would be crazy to do both at the same time. You're kind of cooking with that. Hold on. I might need to set that up. Gore Crazy, thank you for the Prime. I only have 2 more games to set up for the Latios Latias. I've set up 3 of them. I'm going to be quintuple hunting it. It's going to be wild. It's been really fun, too. I've gained a new appreciation for playing through Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire by... Oh, I would love a poolside picture of Miho, Kurt Platinum. I've gained a new appreciation for playing through those games by transferring Pokemon in that didn't exist in the original Gen 3 games and playing through with those. Like, I have, a Spiritomb on one of my files. And playing through, like, the first 5 badges with that is so cool. It's something that, like, I realize I kind of miss with BDSP. Like, I honestly do love BDSP. It's a very fun experience for me personally. I know that's a really hot take. But man, if I could play through that with, like, a Galar Pokemon or something, it would be so exciting. I just wish in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, the Gen 4, 5, and 6 Pokemon weren't, like, available naturally so late. You have to really do some trading to play through them with that. But that's also no different from the original Ruby Sapphire, where I used to, like, trade in Pokemon.
Twitch.tv
Like, I don't know, like, I would trade in, like, a Scyther egg or a Relicanth egg or something, and do, like,
9
a whole
months,
playthrough
that's
with
like
that
the
as my
gestation
starter
period for a
instead.
whole
That was
human
really fun.
baby.
In the same vein, stuff you normally can't get, and playing through Hoenn with it. Lil Cheese, thanks for 9 months. That is, like, a whole baby. That's crazy. Literally a baby. Sub alerts are super loud. I'm very sorry. I don't know how to fix that. Where do I fix that? Hold on. Alert box. I'm gonna turn down the volume. Alright, I think I turned it down now. Sorry, I'm on a different computer than usual. So I wasn't aware that it was set that loud. If someone subscribes now, maybe it'll be better. Or maybe it'll be worse and you can torture people's ears. Your move. Your move. You just assume the loud alerts were a meme? That's a neat thing about my stream. Any sort of poor production quality that I put in, people will just assume it's a bit. So I'll always look competent, no matter what. What's up, Smeagol? First Rumble weekend, good luck. I hope you have some amazing finds along the way. Best of luck to you. Are any of y'all, like, hunting a particular target? What's up, Far XYZ? I used to, like, be so bent on getting Absol that I would, like, hunt an Eternal Tower the most for, like, whole weekends. But now that I got Absol last Rumble weekend, I don't know what I'm doing this time. I'm just kind of running around. Going for Slowking? Ooh, good luck. That's a sick one. Your first CEJE. Excellent. We're almost 18 minutes deep now. Good luck on Boss Spiritomb. That one's sick. I should hunt some bosses. A boss is always on the to-do list. I want a boss.
Thanks for the sub.
Meptacular, thanks for 9 months.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hi Absol.
Try and catch blogs? Yeah, next time I'll try and get Pokemon. But I have to get blogs first. That's going to be really difficult. You want another boss? I don't we all, though? Like, I have some friends who've been playing since the first Rumble weekend, and they've never found a boss before. And I've found, like, 3. And I'm still like, man, I'm due for another boss. Much better? Good. I'm glad that's better. Sorry about blowing y'all's ears out. I really did not genuinely mean to do that. Thank you for telling me that they were too loud. You also want a new boss, but that's outside of Rumble. Ooh. Dang. I don't even know what that means in the Riley. Should you involve Ninkata, Whismer, Slackoth, or Wingull for your Professor Oak's challenge next? I say get Slackoth out of the way. Zen, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Slackoth is a grind. Let's get that up to slacking. Then again, you could do the other ones so you can be getting up the rare candies. And then, like, at the very end, go through, like, the rest of the levels with Slackoth, like, effortlessly. To be honest, though, Slackoth to Vigoroth is the hard part, and you shouldn't use rare candies for that anyway. Vigoroth is really easy to train. Do I know the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon's SOS odds? You're finding mixed results? Definitely not off the top of my head. I would have to, like, do a little bit more research and stuff for that. I'm a little bit fuzzy with most method odds, since, like, I normally just stick with full odds in the first place, so I really don't have, like, a good mental, like, idea of maximizing your odds or when things... I just have an idea of when things stop being full odds. Like, with SOS, it's full odds for, like, the first 10 or 11 calls or something like that. And then with DexNav, the only way to guarantee pure full odds with DexNav is to have the Pokemon not seen in your Pokédex at all. Because if it's at search level 1, there's a chance that there will be additional shiny rolls applied. It won't always be the case, but there's a chance it'll happen. So it's no longer full odds at that point. I've been wanting to, like, do a full odds DexNav hunt someday, but it's a lengthy and weird setup to do that, because you have to intentionally avoid seeing that Pokemon on your game. Name a random Gen 7 Pokemon you can hunt. Bruxish. I unironically like Bruxish. I think it's cool. Thank you, GB Pocket. Appreciate that. Shout out to you and Care. Yeah, there's so many numbers to remember with, like, the different shiny hunting method odds and chances. Congrats on the new beautiful house in the Riley. That is awesome. I wish that could be me. Oh, good luck on Poochyena. Bruxus's shiny reminds me of, like, Christmas and piranha plants. Oh, good luck on the Tatsugiris. Seems like a fun thing to grind, like the Alolan Raichu. I still have that event saved on my Switch. Early routes with White Flute, wild level 1 Pokemon. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's more of a gauntlet thing than, like, a shiny hunt, if you ask me. Thank you, Sorno XL. I've still got quite a ways to go before I end up making that Manaphy video. I just have a lot of stuff to edit. But now that I finished the New Orleans video, that should be going up sometime in the next few days. I'll start working on the Manaphy video. I'm excited to put that out there. It's honestly a great problem to have so many projects going on at once. It could be so overwhelming at times, but at other times I'm like, I could just, like, sit down on my computer and I always have something that I could be working on if I need, like, a good distraction or something. If you still want the Raichus, just keep, don't connect to the internet on your Switch and you'll be good. Oh no, you connected to Wi-Fi, you are cooked. That's rough. Gen 3 Celebi feeling so forgotten right now. I know. I literally only just remembered, like, this week. Oh yeah, I found a Gen 3 Celebi this year that I need to upload. I have, like, a Totodile that I found, like, in December that I haven't uploaded yet. I have a Darkrai that I found earlier this year. I have the phases for Absol. I got a lot of shinies to upload. How hot is it in New Orleans in June? It honestly wasn't that bad. It was really humid, though. That's the main thing. Like, we were able to walk to places. We went on, like, at least a 15-minute walk to get dinner, and it wasn't, you know, miserable. I'm used to it, though. That's the kind of heat that I grew up in, so, like, it was normal to me. When I went to California, though, for the Safari IRL, that's a totally different kind of heat. That felt weird. Get this man a spreadsheet. I got like a loose checklist written somewhere of different videos I gotta finish. Yeah, the Full Odds SOS Stuffle. I was really trying to get a Full Odds SOS shiny, and I just had to get it at the first encounter. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'll gladly take that instead. Dry heat is so different from humid heat. I think, honestly, I personally prefer the humid. Because I just feel like so dehydrated and dried up in the dry heat when I'm out there for too long. I feel like I could survive in the humid heat indefinitely. Like, sure, I'm going to get sweaty. And as long as I keep hydrating, it'll be okay. But I feel like I'm going to shrivel up in the dry heat. You have the image ready? Oh, that's exciting, Damien. Drop a link. I would love to check it out. You become a husk in the dry... Yeah, it's crazy. I felt like corn. What's up, Lily Cove? I love that name. That is awesome. That's a good city. Rumble Shiny Legendary? I was thinking about that. It is the week of Legends right now, so that would be crazy. Oh, that is amazing. That is so good. Ramona Marsh Enrica moment. Hold on, I'll drop this on the layout real quick. It's not going to remain up there permanently because it doesn't have to do with Rumble Weekend. But it's amazing to see the Calzone and Ramona Marsh lore continue to expand. That is nuts. How would I feel if an army of bald Spinda invaded New York and took over the USA? That would be crazy. That would be nuts. Yeah, Cal can't believe it. I will have to notify Ramona Marsh's friend Kotatsu immediately about that. Okay, the notification has been sent. Aren't all Spinda bald? I guess, like, bald. By bald, do you mean spotless? Or, like, no hair? I gotta visualize what a bald Spinda is. I'm really not sure. The more that I think about it, the more confused I get. And would it just be their head that's bald? Or would it be, like, a completely hairless Spinda? No red on head. Sounds good, Damien. It'll be an excellent addition to the layout. That was a normal Yuxi right there. Getting Yuxi Mesper to Reself, I would scream. You don't think Spinda have hair? To me, like, I always imagine them at least having, like, a little bit of, like, fur. You know, just a little tiny bit. It would be weird to imagine Spinda just being completely smooth. You know? I don't think it's a totally smooth Pokemon. I have not gotten my shiny Palkia yet. I'm at like 1100 on that right now. Yeah, they're based off of like pandas and stuff. All good, Damien. I'll be back. I'll be doing plenty of streams. Let's go, Getty. I'm glad you're hyped to just be here for the rumbling. I hope you're hyped for the Cotton Eye Joe we're listening to right now, because we're almost going on 30 minutes of that right now. No, I'm not at 11,000 for Palkia. That would be crazy. I'd have to, like, hop in a time chamber to get to that number in this period of time. Between last stream and now. The CE, yeah, CEA, the CEJE ends at a shiny. What's up, Sophia? Welcome on in. Thank you for the luck. What's the target this weekend? I don't really have a target. That's the thing. Like, after getting Absol, I'm like, what now? I just want to get another shiny boss or, like, a really rare shiny. Or maybe just something new. I'll go through the Dex pages at some point this weekend and really think about what Pokemon I really need here. It is sad that the Yuri didn't summon a shiny, yeah. What the flip? We need a North Sea Gastrodon. Yeah, it'd be cool to get another color of it. Arceus would be a cool thing to get. I'm not setting that as my target, though, because it seems like something that would take, like, a lifetime to get. With how rare it is. Doing some victory screen hunting? Very nice. Good luck. I hope you get a victory screen shiny. I still can't believe I got that Ponyta in the credits so nonchalantly that one time. Prediction? If someone wants to run a prediction, I guess maybe about the length of the CEJE or something, we can get that going. That'll be fun. Has someone gotten Arceus? I believe during the first weekend of Weekend Edition, there was something wrong with how they were spawning. And they were appearing sometimes in, like, groups of 5 from the sky. And I believe someone got Arceus. So, yeah. Since then, that doesn't happen anymore, though. I don't know what changed about it. Yeah, you enjoyed Mountain Dew more than lemonade? Oh, it's so good. Really nice citrus flavor. I got a little Baja Blast Zero left right here from earlier today. It's like practically water, though. Why would I not know? I seriously don't know what fixed it or changed it. I really don't know. It was something involving, like, changing around some of the spawn tables or something. I don't know. Genuinely don't know what fixed it. Am I a Porygon or Porygon 2 kind of guy? Porygon 2. I don't think I've ever used Porygon, like, by itself without evolving it, to be honest. I forget that that's an option you can even do. Master programmer right here. I mean, I don't claim to be a master, that's for sure. I'm not much of a hobbyist when it comes to it. It's just, if I get, like, just the right motivation for something, I'll look into it. But, like, I don't spend much of my free time at all, like, learning much about, like, programming and stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff I honestly don't know at all. Make black and white remakes? I think I'm good. Prediction based on the color of shiny. What if we did one based on what level it will be in? That actually sounds kind of sick. Hold on, let me get this started right now. I'm going to extend the Cotton Eye Joe experience a second getting this set up, but I think it would be cool. Alright, y'all have 5 minutes. Here's a prediction. What if you did a prediction on how freaky the shiny was? That's subjective. I'm Riz, but you can call me Freaksol. Oh gosh. The heck? Gyarados. Windy Prairie. I'm gonna do my best to be totally unbiased and just do one run of each stage as I keep going. You're going all in on Silent Forest, your home. That's a good spot. Tower has really been my home ever since I started hunting Absol. I'm just gravitate towards Eternal Tower. I just always wind up back there again. If I got a shiny boss, that would be so crazy.
Level 1.
Boss shinies are so rare
Pinnacle of power for
in the grand scheme of things.
Subscriber.
Because you see usually like over 100 Pokemon per run, right?
Ruble weekend time.
That's like a 1% shiny. That's worse than a 1% shiny most of the time for it to be the boss. OTG, thanks for 7 months. Ruble Weekend. Every time I get one of the 4 minions in the room shiny, I always think though, that could have been the boss. 20% chance of that being the boss instead. It's got the same chance as any other Pokemon being shiny, but it's also because of that one boss shiny just feels so crazy and out of reach. What's up, Lobster? It's been chill. How about you? How's Ho-Oh? You were the Ho-Oh person, right? If I had to make ASMR or I die, would I do it? I mean, like, if my life was on the line, then... Yeah, sure, I do some ASMR. I've never been much of, like, an ASMR viewer. But, yeah, sure. Why not? What shiny would cause me to do a backflip? I think Mesprit. Not Uxie or Azelf, though. Just Mesprit. Mesprit would make me desperate to backflip. I'm getting bodied right now. You swear it wasn't you? Let's go, Matt ASMR confirmed. Like, that's a very specific stipulation you asked, though. Like, you're like, if my life was on the line when I do ASMR. Or, like, ASMR or I die. Saying, like, Matt ASMR confirmed means that, like, there's a threat to my life unless I start making ASMR now. That's terrifying. You saw a shirt with a horse on it and it said Haunts Riding and made you think of the horse lore? Well, look at my shirt today. It says, hold on, let me put my hair back a little. Making money with 3 horses on it. Crazy shirt. We're out here making money right now. If I make ASMR, I'm gonna be immortal. That would be crazy. Oh my gosh. I gotta drop where I get these shirts. This one was from Mega64, believe it or not. Those people that made all those like video game, they still make those video game parody videos on YouTube, all those sketches and stuff. They dropped this horse shirt and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this. Would there be an alternate version of me that didn't like horses? Would I fight to the death? It'd be interesting.
Level 100.
Honestly, all the horse stuff, I just find it kind of like funny. I've never been like a super hardcore horse fan, to be completely honest. I've never interacted with a horse in my life. Yes, Webb, thanks for 7 months. Appreciate that. It is Rumble weekend time, Pancake. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of spur of the moment decision for it to be Rumble weekend, but like we wanted to get in another one for the summer, and we were like, oh yeah, this is probably the best time for it, so it just kind of happened. Yeah, Dusknoir is the gripper Pokemon. Pretty crazy term. Oh, good luck on the Palkia, Pancake. Dang, keep it going. Is that Blue Vector? Who put out a massive, like, hour-plus long video about March starter shinies today? I still need to watch that. That is going to be an amazing offline thing for me this weekend to go through that whole compilation. Prime Rumble weekend viewing right there. I don't think you need to do that, Dvorak. I don't think you need to do that. The CEJE, it's going until the first shiny, and so far it's been 41 minutes. There's also a very real but scary possibility, hopefully not real, that we go this whole stream without finding a shiny, and we're just listening to Cotton Eye Joe the entire time until I give up. You may or may not have planned for it to release with Rumble Weekend. That is genius tactics right there. The perfect Rumble hunting video. Sparkling Slow Grow. Oh, that's a shiny Clefable! That's a shiny Clefable! I'm glad I did a double take of that. Oh my gosh. Ground Guard. The Cotton Eye Joe experience is over. Wait. Stop. Ah. My ears. So much cleaner. Clearer. Huge. First shiny of Rumble weekend. Ah. Cave Dweller victory. The silence is deafening. It's pretty crazy, right? Let's see if we can get 2-in-1 run. Like a Gabite, I would gladly take one of those. That's a lot of Gabite right there. Or a Garchomp. How crazy would that be? A boss Garchomp? That's a boss exclusive. Perhaps I did. I've always enjoyed using Q-tips to clean my ears. They tell you not to, but I'm careful with it. I'm willing to risk it all. And Clefable. Look at that. So awesome. That blank stare, staring me down. Hold on, let me find, I gotta open up these sprites real quick. I gotta put this on the layout. We gotta increment the number of shinies found to 1. I did that little dramatic head turn there. And we're gonna keep going. I can close out a live split now as well. We're free from Cotton Eye Joe. And for the rest of the stream, we can just chill, because we found a shiny. We have found our first shiny of the weekend, which is fantastic. So let me exit that. Let me put on some other music so it's not deafeningly silent. Go to the playlist. Music of all time. We're going to hit shuffle. How many shinies are on this file? A lot. I haven't given it a good count in a while. It's a few hundred. Like, I think at least 300. Maybe 400. Could be over 500 at this point. I really don't know. This one might not be a dupe, which is really cool. Boom. The green-eared freer. That's the perfect description. There is a storage limit to the number of Pokemon you can have. And I've reached it a few times, but it's normally not too much of a concern because you can just release, like, the non-shinies. Like, we'll release that Gabite. We'll fave these so we don't accidentally release them. Cub 1. Rayquaza. Swag. Good luck on the Sylveon and Shield, Octo. Inverted is always really fun. Oh yeah, I'm going to reset the number of runs, too. That was 29 runs for the first shiny. Bring that back down to 0. And let's keep running around. Back-to-back cave. If you're at double-digit phases for the most common encounter on a route, is that a sign to move on? I say keep going. You gotta get it at that point. Do I have shiny Rayquaza yet? No. That's a pretty difficult one to track down and get. Congrats on the Slow King, Laughier. You got your target that easily? What are you gonna hunt now? That's awesome. Congrats. And prediction? Oh yeah, I can do that. I forgot that I can do that. I don't think I have chat out yet in this game, Flake. That's something that I still need. Good luck on the Rowlet. I give you every blessing I can. I hope you get that soon. That's brutal. You've given up on playing any other games to devote all your time to finishing your living dexes until you get tired, cracking open some cold games. Oh, that sounds like a good time. Some cold ones. I still need to put Celebi onto your Emerald. And get you a Cordyceps. Heliolisk is one of your favorite shinies. Upon encountering it, gave you a fuzzy feeling. Oh, very nice. It's a cool one to get. I like how it's like two-toned when like the normal Pokemon is just like one color. It kind of feels special when a Pokemon gets like a new color added to it like that. 1273 Rockefeller Street. Oh, good luck in the Sandshrew Leaf. That's sick. Are you doing like horde encounters? Are you just like running it? Got a couple dexes to finish before you get to Gen 3s. Yeah. It takes a while in those older games. Yeah, the orange Tatsugiri having the full texture change is really sick. I also really like how Relor's shiny works, where like the shiny has like literally a metallic texture when the normal doesn't. Today is already Rumble Weekend. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's Rumble Weekend. It's very loosely defined, to be completely honest. If someone's hunting Rumble Weekend on a Thursday, the Rumble police are not going to go after them. If you're hunting on the Monday after, it's the same as well. Like, you can hunt Rumble Weekend 24/7, 365. Rumble Weekend is a state of mind. You get the full sushi sampler platter. Very nice. I might go for the Mightiest Mark Dondozo soon. What hunt did I have the most phases for? 3 segment to Dunsparce. Took 139 phases. Wait, that Infernape sparkling. It's normal. Just had to double check. I had a dream that I got a Magmortar and I didn't even react to it. I wouldn't consider that harassment, Sir Abstract, but I hate that copy pasta with every fiber of my being. It just sucks. It's never really been funny to me. You can never remember the exclamation mark excitement for the Nuzleaf command. You got your shiny 3 segment at 17 phases? That's so crazy. There are people out there who got it like first try and stuff as well. I want to have that kind of luck with the family of 3 Mousehold. That's where I really want to get lucky. Holofax are what's awesome, yeah. Thank you, Craig. Good luck in the finals. I hope it all goes well. What's up? What do I think I'll go for Family of 3 Mousehold? I don't know. I've recently started to think, oh, it'd be fun to start hunting that. But I don't know if I have the time to at the moment. With all the stuff that I've got planned and all the projects I'm working on. It's something that, like, maybe I'm thinking about starting it before Legend ZA comes out. But I have a lot of other videos I want to finish first before I really get deep into the trenches of looking for mice. Because it feels like a worthwhile hunt. To have both that and the 3 segment would be sick. Alongside the Antique Sinisty that I got, like, in Sword and Shield. It'd be like a cool triple crown to have all 3 of those rare forms. What's up, Zoppy? Has pants? That's awesome. I'm glad you got pants. That's really great. What prompted that name change? Going from numbers to pants. That's an interesting course of action. I have not seen that before. I definitely want to do some Return to Kalos. Last week I was having some psychotic thoughts, and I was like, it'd be cool to do a full X and Y DTQ before ZA drops. Had to beat the allegations. Was someone accusing you of not having pants? I can see why you'd have to do that if that were the case. You'd have to, like, prove wrong to the haters and be like, oh yeah, check out my Twitch name. Your OC has a t-shirt that has pants written on it. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Sriracha mayo? I'm not a fan of mayo, but sriracha mayo is my exception. It suddenly becomes good. What's up, Blake? Sorry to hear that. Hunting's going pretty well. It's been pretty fun. Got a Clefable already, so I'm chilling.
100.
Gum Gum Earl, thanks for 3 years. Rumble!
TV subscriber.
More like Rumble Rumble Earl.
Yeah.
Rumble.
How many subs to make me eat a lobster? It would take, like, a whole lot for me with, like, my, like, kind of intolerance to seafood. It would take an absurd number of subs. We're kind of going through some Nightcore right now. That's what the playlist decided on for right now. The Clefable sprite looks like it just pooped its pants and is trying really hard to hide the fact that it is. This is how it walks. It's like... Hey, how are you doing? How's it going? Hey, bye. I'm gonna be staring at that all weekend thinking about that now. It's like the Marshtomp 3D model from Omega Ruby. The face that it's making. Same energy. Tiny steps, yeah, exactly. I haven't seen the card that gives off the same energy from Marshtomp. I was unaware that there was such a thing. Marshtomp's just kind of got a crazy existence. Deer in the headlights kid. What's up, Purple Chug? Excited to rumble. How many boss legends have we seen so far? I've gotten one, which was the Dialga. And the Grand Schema Rumble, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. Do I always hunt as Deoxys? These days, I stick to being Deoxys most of the time because it's just so dang fast, and Sky Attack is really good. In the early days of Rumble, I was Aerodactyl. And then, like, in the early days of Weekend Edition, I was Ninjask. I still, like, kind of swap between those. I also have, like, a really good Gyarados that I use sometimes, too. But Deoxys is definitely my go-to. It's just really quick. You be rumbling still, but your power went... Oh, no. Was it because of, like, storms or some random reason? I had the power cut out the other day for no good reason for a few minutes. It was weird. I was like, why am I without power right now? This makes 0 sense. Can we get a Taco Bell update? I went there today. I haven't downloaded Roy's Fuecoco yet. Their new chalupas, the Cantina Chicken Chalupa, surprisingly incredible. One of their best menu items, hands down. We did have a CEJE. It lasted 42 minutes. 42 minutes of Cotton Eye Joe. And we're good now. We're free. I got a Clefable. So we're just enjoying normal stream as I run about. Taco Bell loves me. They should sponsor me. Oh my gosh. There was one Taco Bell. Like, during the pandemic, I would go there, like, once a week or so. It's, like, close to me. And, one of the employees there, when I went through the drive-thru, started saying stuff like, "Oh, you must really love Taco Bell." And, like, she was, like, almost, like, berating me for being there. And I was like, oh, no. I can never show my face at this Taco Bell again. So I started driving out further for my regular Taco Bell runs. Shiny's like a melody in my head. Taco Bell honestly doesn't give me all that many, like, stomach problems at the end of the day.
Level 100.
Lock 32, thanks for 26 months.
Twitch.tv subscriber.
What the rum?
Yeah.
What the rum?
I built a tolerance? I guess so. Because, man, I love Taco Bell, right? It's honestly like the Baja Blast more than the food for me. Like, that's why I keep going back. It looks like they're erasing Marshtomp's memory. Hold on. Oh my gosh, the surprise time machine? I'd hate to get surprised with a time machine like that. That's crazy. Boss and Ultra Rare in the same run? I would flip. That'd be crazy. I would backflip for that, just like I would for a Mesprit, as I said earlier. That Blastoise, I thought it was a shiny Seadra for a second. Rumble Blast was your first Pokemon game. Oh, that's cool. That's a neat one to start with. Later Gore Crazy, thanks for dropping by. Did I make this post? Why is it a tiny URL? This feels like it's like a phishing scam. This is a Rickroll, probably. Just got laughed at and patronized by Taco Bell drive-thru employees. No, okay, that was not me. No. That was very thankfully not me. You can soft reset the Impidimp on the mushrooms, yeah. It's pretty interesting, too, because, like, I think they favor the Star Sparkles instead of the Square Sparkles, unlike most wild encounters in Sword and Shield. It's like the Reggies and stuff with that encounter. I don't remember if you need to soft reset it or if you need to do runaways and go in and out of the area, because I've never done that hunt before. But I just know that they can be shiny and they usually have the Star Sparkles. And if they have the Square Sparkles instead, then you just landed on a really rare shiny. Oh, that's great original meme. How does this song work so well? It works great, yeah. It's kind of wild. They just have similar vibes. You missed the Miku? There'll be more Miku. This playlist is chock full of Miku music. I saw that they announced a Miku Expo for Australia and New Zealand yesterday. Absol's the type of guy to get access to time travel just so I can work at multiple fast food chains to increase efficiency and insulting customers. It's a really crazy assumption. Be pretty wild to do, honestly. Speed things up and go crazy. Horse of Shiny Luck. Hold on, I gotta put this on the layout for a moment here. This horse will apparently get me Rumble Weekend luck. It's Rumble Weekend. You know, I'll put it on the layout as like a talisman of luck. It's Rumble Weekend. Doing any Mega Lucario raids tomorrow? I'm not sure. If I get remote invited to a few, I might try some that way. But I'm probably not going to be going out of my way to like go around raiding and go. I'll probably be sitting here rumbling instead. I would like to get the Mega Energy though, because I think it's got a great shiny. I want there to be more Mega Absol raids. I need just a little bit more energy to Mega Evolve mine for the first time. Happy Whomper Wednesday, thank you. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Mesprit. I'm rumbling my weekend. Star Raptor. Any predictions for new Megas? We're definitely getting some Gen 6 Megas. No doubt in my mind. The fact that Diancie was the only one that got a Mega is weird. Like, we're gonna get some, like... I could see us getting, like, a really cool Heliolisk. Like, its main becomes even more, like, sun-like or something. I don't know. A Carbink? A Mega Carbink that resembles Diancie, but, like, blue. Would be so cool. Or, like, a Prince or, like, Knight. Imagine if Carbink became, like, a Knight for Diancie. That would be so sick. Mega Dedenne? That would be awesome, too. Its tail just gets longer, like a huge antenna. Like, okay, here's the idea. The hamster itself does not change at all, but its tail becomes, like, the size of, like, a radio tower. Yeah, and whatever we get as starters is getting Mega Evolutions for sure. It'd be cool to see them get regular evolutions, too. Like, I'm a big fan of regulars over Megas. But some Pokemon really did benefit from having Megas. Like, Mawile and Kangaskhan. Oh my gosh. Also, we can't, like, you know, forget the possibility that anything that has a Mega right now could still get an evolution, too. With Duraludon having a G-Max in Sword and Shield and then still getting an evolution next generation, anything's really possible. You know? How the gameplay will work is what you're concerned about. I'm sure at the end of the day it'll feel like Pokemon. It'll probably have some weird twist to it that we've never gotten before, but it'll still be Pokemon. Honestly, I feel like the Gen 1er demographic is like a dying breed. Like, the Gen 1er demographic, they don't really play anymore. Or pay too much attention. How did you find my channel, Teldra? I'm curious. How did you stumble upon this channel? I would love to know your story. How did you end up here? Mega Malamar? Oh, that would be really cool, actually. Something with, like, the flip switch stuff. There literally was like that attempt at a Ditto evolution in like the beta for Gold and Silver. Gen 5ers. It's really interesting that they're like Gen 5ers now, because Gen 5 was where like the Gen 1er movement was at its peak. People felt like offended that like they were trying to like reboot Pokemon with no access to any of the older ones. It's where we saw a lot of the like Gen 1ers rise up being like they're running out of ideas. They should have just stuck with 151. Gen 7ers. Imagine Gen, like, 9ers being like, okay, Pokemon was cool before things got into the 4 digits. Anything past that's ridiculous. Oh, that is really crazy, Teldranite. Oh my gosh. I remember uploading, like, a few random Tales of Symphonia videos when I was, like, 14. I was really obsessed with that game for, like, a couple years, because, like, I wanted to try and get, like, the different Flare Noir, like, scenes from the hotel with the different characters, which meant I had to play through the game multiple times doing different, like, routes, talking with different characters and stuff. And I started, like, trying to upload videos of, like, some of the rare monsters I couldn't find any uploads of on YouTube. It's cool that you found that video. That's a throwback and a half right there. That is definitely not what I would expect to hear. Very good game. I think that Bakura video, I'm like, shout out to the New Orleans Saints, just won the Super Bowl or something dumb like that. I didn't even watch football. Oh, thank you for the good luck care, GB Pocket. I appreciate that. I'm curious about that Pikachu plush. Was it something that you, like, dyed yourself? Was it a custom job to make it shiny? You're going for 100%. Good luck. Best of luck. That's a grind. Huge game. Jin Chaos, thank you for the Prime. What's my favorite Mega design other than Absol? I'm glad you specified that, because otherwise I'd be like, well, it's Absol, duh. Mega Slowbro is so funny. It's Articuno. I'm trying to think of other Megas that I really like. Yeah, the good old Slow Cone, exactly. It's so goofy, it's perfect. Can't ask for more with that thing. Mega Pidgeot is sick. I like the purple on its shiny a lot. I really enjoyed using that in Let's Go. I like Mega Audino's design. I'm shocked that there aren't, like, more Unova Megas, though. This is such a huge generation. We need, like, Mega Gothitelle and Reuniclus. Maybe, like, give them an extra typing. That would be really sick. I wish that Mega's got some unique moves as well. Be kind of cool. It's a 2011 Pokemon 15X Beams 35th Anniversary plush. Oh, that's so sick. I didn't know there was a Japanese shiny Pikachu plush. That's like me just recently figuring out that there are, like, official Gen 5 starter shiny plushes. That is so sick. What an awesome piece of merch, then. What an awesome peach of merch. It's difficult to find info on, but here's a page. Very cool. I'll have to look into that. I love learning about new, obscure Japanese Pokemon merchandise, because it feels like every month I learn about a new, like, crazy thing that suddenly becomes, like, my chase, where I'm, like, constantly refreshing the auction sites for it. I've got a pretty cool order put together right now, and I'm excited to get it all shipped out soon. Got, like, a few plushes, a few stickers, I got a few pieces of merch from Worlds last year that I ordered through the Japanese auction sites, because they were shockingly cheap. I got this acrylic keychain with, like, a fuecoco covered in rice. What I'm still so curious about in the terms of, like, interesting, like, Pokemon stuff is, oh, I watched that Ho-Oh live. I watched both Ho-Ohs live from Johnstone. The 2009 version of Pokemon Battle Revolution that they used at Worlds that year. Since it had, like, the updated Platinum models for the characters, like the Platinum outfits for Lucas and Dawn, I was so curious what other updates were on that file. Like, if they happened to have Origin Giratina modeled by Genius Sonority, or the different Rotom forms. You normally couldn't see those through, like, battling anyway in the Gen 4 days, but to this day, I still wonder if Genius Sonority ever made stuff for them. It's really fascinating. And to this day, I haven't seen any extra information resurface on it, other than people, like, giving first-hand accounts of, like, having played on that setup in the past and stuff. It seems that way, Lazcole. It would have been cool if they did do, like, a Platinum update for Battle Revolution. Wishmaker Jirachi, hello! Thank you for the raid. I love the rebrand. Welcome on in. Nani? It's Rumble Weekend. I hope your wish for a shiny came true. Am I going to SmashCon? Not this year. Because I'm going to Pokemon Worlds, which is, like, the next week. People are still grinding out Safari Week, doing the overtime and stuff, or continuing on their phases and everything. Best of luck on that. You got your Baja Blast ready? Let's go. That's what's up, Ian. I got one earlier today, and the reservoir's starting to run a little dry. But I'll take another sip. You're almost at 60k? Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. It's gotta happen soon. And that's usually what people say right before it goes to, like, 100k. You should go to, like, the 6 digits and play it up like crazy. Dang, that's a lot of horse. Get a root beer? That's excellent, too. That's an excellent replacement, Bugmaster. I love good root beer. Mining and crafting in Snow Point City. I love this remix. So true, I mined. 10 phases deep for vaults. Good luck. That's a grind. I was so lucky to get that phase 7. I think you just hit the expected number, hitting phase 10. Hopefully it doesn't keep you for much longer. You had root beer for the first time in years at Wendy's? Fountain root beer hits in a very unique way. Fountain root beer is weird. Barks is nice because it has caffeine, when most other root beers don't. I do enjoy a certified mug moment every now and then, but I think, honestly, though, my favorite root beer's got to be A&W. It's considered, like, an Okinawa drink in Japan. Like, I went to, like, this one train station that had, like, experienced products of Okinawa, and there was, like, just 12 packs of A&W root beer there. Because I think they have, like, an A&W restaurant that's pretty popular over there. Yeah, most root beer doesn't have caffeine. St. Arnold's root beer? Yeah, that's really good, too. I need to sample more root beers. It's been a while since I've just, like, got one. That might be what I do after stream, honestly. After stream, I go on a quick GSR, gas station run, get a root beer. You have a 24-pack of... You're stocked up. That's crazy. That's like me with my Mountain Dew stash. Root beer float. Oh, yeah. IBC root beer is good, too. That used to be like my go-to thing when I went to Chili's with my family. Thoughts on the Japanese 7-Eleven menu coming to the US? I have a sinking feeling it's not going to be as good as it actually was in Japan. But it's exciting to see a lot of those things come stateside. Like, I really enjoy, like, the pizza buns and stuff. Throwback Thursday when you were a kid and had no root beer float kick and your dad flat out had a meltdown and was like, no! No more root beer floats! That's crazy. That must have been quite a day when you reached the root beer float breaking point. That's gotta be a moment in history for you right there. That's wild. Bro went to Japan one time and thinks he's an expert. I mean, I was there for 2 weeks. That's like a longish time to be fully experiencing a place. I know Japanese. I don't know any Japanese. But I feel like to be able to navigate around there and like experience a lot of really cool stuff without really knowing much of the language, I feel like I'm at least experienced in Japan. I'm not an expert, but I could help people out if they're seeking advice. He just hated them so... Imagine just hating root beer floats so much that, like, when your child has it, you're like, this is enough! This is enough! They do be really sugary, though, that's for sure. This is how you figured out that Bargs has caffeine? It's actually Barks with a Q. That might be another crazy revelation for you. I know a lot of people who think that it's Bargs with a G. You didn't know you could get shinies in this game? It's only, sadly, in this Rumble that random shinies can show up. Rumble U has a few password shinies and stuff you can get with, like, the special figures they released. But it's just the original Rumble on Wii that has shinies. It's really sick. The root beer float limit. I did not go to Chile. I've never been there before. Two pints of ice cream. That's a crazy amount for a root beer float. Your dad yelled at you for crying when you ran out of Pokeballs when you were trying to catch Sudowoodo and Hard Gold Soul Silver on a 12-hour road trip to Kansas. That's crazy. That's insult to injury right there. Yeah, Barks has bite because that has caffeine. It also barks at you like a dog, yeah. And here's my imitation of barking like a dog on stream for free right now. Perfect song to come on right now. Well, I was just like being silent. On a scale of Chile to Chile, how white am I? Oh, I'm like the chilliest. How does the Great Wolf Lodge compare to the Kalahari? I'm really curious what the difference is between the two of them. Yeah, those are great, Sarah. There's like a whole series of those. There's an Oddish plush of that I really need to get someday. Kalahari's better than the Great Wolf Lodge. Interesting. I really enjoyed the Kalahari in Texas and Round Rock. Went to a couple conventions there. Can't go this year though to Colossal Con Texas because of Worlds. Same weekend. Calzone would be so proud of you. Dorito. Oh, I'm so excited for Hawaii. I'm excited to put out this video from New Orleans to show how excited I am for Hawaii. It's gonna be crazy. It still doesn't feel real to me yet that that's happening in a couple weeks. Like, it feels like I've already enjoyed, like, my summer vacations and stuff, but the craziest one is still yet to come. It's gonna be hard to top the Safari Week weekend, though. That was such a great time. I wish I could just, like, teleport to make that happen more. I've been in the editing bunker like crazy. Crazy Ninja, by the way. Thanks for 27 months.
Yeah.
I've been editing like a madman. I put out a... Okay, so I finished this 25-minute video. I put out a 15-minute card video on the second channel. Exclamation mark VODs, by the way. And I'm working on the Silver Oak Challenge next, I think. So really big video coming soon. But of course, this weekend, at the end of the weekend, on Sunday night, I'm going to do my tradition of, like, staying up till, like, 3 a.m. and putting out the Rumble Weekend compilation in the middle of the night, because that's a lot of fun to me, to speedrun editing for it. You can, what's up? I can't believe I was jump scared by you with the NAIC video I was editing. I was going through, like, this big satellite cam footage thing where I was, like, filming for, like, an hour of all of us shiny hunting and stuff, and then I just clicked to a random point, and Yukena was just standing there, staring at the camera. It was only briefly for but a second, like just walking by. But I managed to get the exact moment the eye contact happened. Hold on, let me get this up on stream right now, so y'all can see just how crazy this was. It was an experience. Hold on. Like, imagine you're just flipping through a video timeline trying to find a certain shiny reaction, and then you're just greeted with this image. Just right there. Left side. Almost seems green screened in. Absolutely crazy. Just standing there menacingly. It's an amazing image. I should have just, like, flashed it for 1 frame in the video, honestly. That would have been awesome. I regret not doing that right now. Just, like, 1 frame real quick. Put him in the corner of the overlay. Alright, hold on. Actually, I'll put him right next to the Rumble Weekend horse right there. There we go. POV, you are a shiny. Creepypasta, perhaps. I'm out of Baja Blast. I'm sad. I need to get another beverage. I might honestly get something with caffeine after stream, because I have a feeling it's going to be a late night of rumbling. You just noticed the Yababina? Yeah, it's so subtle. So extremely subtle. I like hiding an image there almost every Rumble weekend. Sometimes I feel like it's gone unnoticed, which is really funny. I should do a Safari Week with nothing but day 7. That sounds awful. Am I going for Arceus' shiny this Rumble weekend? I don't think I am. It was brought up as a topic earlier, and it would be a crazy new target to go for after getting Absol last time. But that 1 in 1,000's scary. Like, I'll just keep it in mind as something that'd be really cool to get, but it's not going to be like an active target. It's good to dream big, though. Honestly, my big dream right now is like one of the Lake Spirits or another boss, especially a boss exclusive. I have not gotten a shiny Togedemaru in Go yet. I haven't gotten a shiny Go-Degamaru. I would love to get one, though. odds of Arceus showing up, I think like the way that it's put in was like 1 in 1,000 chance that a spawn group will be Arceus instead on the GX floors only. Because in the base game of Rumble, it's not even in the game. Arceus is not even in the base game of Rumble. It was a Rumble Weekend Edition exclusive only.
Hey guys, welcome to Rumble Weekend 67. Summer 2067, that is 67 was years ago. Let's see if Arceus shines this time. I just got new dentures this Rumble Weekend and I can enjoy a Baja Blast. I can get to enjoy one Baja Blast a month as a treat.
And the combo for best Pokemon game is between Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Black and White. I was thinking about how many games could be argued for that, honestly. I was thinking about how Platinum really, like, holds a candle in that argument. Like, I think Platinum should not be overlooked either. Something that drives me kind of crazy, and, like, I guess this is just Pokemon discourse in general. There's got to be a game that's, like, determined that people say is, like, the worst one and stuff. But it blows my mind how many people agree that Diamond and Pearl base game is the worst one. When, like, those games did so many things so well. Like, they innovated a lot. And Platinum perfected a lot of those innovations, don't get me wrong. But Diamond and Pearl laid such an amazing foundation. And all the glitches were so sick, too, for that. Like, there's so much love and detail put into, like, every Poketch app and stuff. Which are the worst ones then? You see, then I don't know what to say, but I wouldn't give it to Diamond and Pearl. Those definitely wouldn't be like the ones that come to mind first for me. Cause like when those games dropped, I was putting in hundreds of hours. I was like, wow, this is the best Pokemon yet. I can like connect my old Game Boy Advance games through the second slot. It has 2 screens and stuff. So much of the 2D era is just like the golden ages. Red and blue are your pick for the worst. Honestly, I could give it to that, honestly. It's Fire Red, Leaf Green make Kanto so much more enjoyable, but a lot of that might also just be my shiny hunting brain. Like, I think my shiny hunting brain gives me a little bit of bias against playing original base Gen 1, since I know that the wild encounters themselves are impossible to be shiny in just the grass normally, if they were to be transferred up. But yeah, Red and Blue, they do have a lot of stuff that's rough around the edges, but I've been really appreciating, like, a lot of the intentional design choices of those games and stuff recently, replaying, like, a lot of Kanto and stuff. Like, it's really unique, the way they set things up. One thing that I hadn't really thought about is how every single legendary in those games is completely optional and off the beaten path. You're not a chosen one in that game. You're not destined for anything. You're just a kid who sets out on an adventure, who gets, like, a bunch of Pokemon, and if you go out of your way and so choose it, you might find, like, these crazy legendary Pokemon that don't play much of a role in the story, but are greatly hinted at, and, like, these journals and stuff, and, like, this old house and stuff. The design of Gen 1 is genius. I think it's awesome. It's really impressive for the OG Game Boy, for sure. Same here, Micah. That's exactly how I am, too. And hello, President of the Dan Club. I have a whole segment about the Dan Club in my upcoming video, by the way. I go through nostalgia cycles for each individual generation to the point where I really appreciate all of them. Like, honestly, right now, I'm even going through one for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, which for the longest time has, like, historically been my personal least favorite to play Pokemon game, because I just enjoy the original Gen 3 a lot more. But I've been appreciating them a lot more by transferring in, like, Gen 4, 5, and 6 Pokemon to play through the game with, and I'm like, wow, it's really sick beating, like, Team Magma with a Spiritomb. Limited Bag is awful, yeah. Yeah, okay, if I had to pick a personal least favorite, it's Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire for me. But again, like, at the end of the day, that is, like, still a good video game in the grand scheme of video games I've played. It's better than so many games I've played. What's the secret? I would love to know a secret right now. I won't tell. I won't tell any of those muck, because I'm about to jump on this trampoline. These muck will never know the secret. Heart Gold, Soul Silver are, like, amazing remakes. They really did put a lot of heart and soul into those. In and out. Like, it blows my mind how in-depth the Pokeathlon is, too. They had no reason to put that much detail into that minigame. If you look into 100%ing the Pokeathlon, it's nuts. I don't know if anyone's ever done it, to be completely honest. That is amazing, Mike. Sneaking Dan in and the deck list, that is fantastic. I will have to go and find some of those. The secret is safe here. It's not even legal. That is amazing. I love that. Dan's influence is everywhere. An immense danger. I need to like look for that. That's gonna be my mission. As soon as I go offline, when I'm loading up some videos, okay, I'm gonna watch Bluevax Shiny compilation, and then I'm gonna play some I Spy with Dan, but I'm not gonna be commenting. I'm just gonna be like looking silently watching for Dan the man. AV Cubs, thank you for the 1,000 bits. So generous. Really appreciate that. That's like a lot. Thank you. Who's the Dan? Dan is a legend. He's the gym guide in Sword and Shield. Dan's the man. He's in the Rebel Clash TCG set. What have I been watching while hunting lately? I actually watched some anime last night. Oh, you started Gurren Lagann? Let's go. I need to rewatch that soon. I want to watch the recap movies for it. Literally man standing emoji. It's Dan standing emoji at the end of the day. Let's be for real. I've been watching Oshinoko Season 2, which has been insanely good. Like, they managed in like one episode to so concisely talk about the struggles of manga authors. And it's really incredible just like how much of the industry they're able to talk about in a still super compelling sort of murder mystery kind of way. And I've been really enjoying that a lot. And I've also been watching a little bit of that Deer anime. Shiko Noko 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 Toshitan Tan. I haven't seen the most recent episode of that, but it's just pure brain rot, and I love it.
7 months. Horse.
Hooch Brando, thanks for 7 months. I haven't seen that, Bluevac. Production quality's through the roof. Okay, I'll have to check that out for sure, then. I love some good production quality, that's for sure. You recently reread the Pokemon manga? I gotta go through that sometime. I've only read Kanto, Johto, and the Alola one. I'm behind the times. Sword and Shield are pretty fun, yeah. I'd say, like, story-wise, I could argue that they have the weakest story in all of Pokemon. Like, the Sword and Shield story did not... I did not feel emotions, like, playing through that, to be completely honest. Like, I had a fun time with those games, don't get me wrong. It's a very fun experience playing through Sword and Shield. I feel like I got more emotional over the Sir Chester town theme than of any plot point in Sword and Shield. And then suddenly Scarlet Violet dropped, and I was feeling things like around every twist and turn. The characters are great in Sword and Shield. Yeah, the character designs are amazing. When Bede broke a wall, you cried. So true. The DLC stories were great. Yeah, I like the Calyrex story a lot. Like, Hop had a good character arc, but still wasn't much of a story in the grand scheme of things. When Bostif made everyone love Arven, of course. Like, what's not to love about a guy who just is, like, trying to find mythical herbs to save his dog? It's incredible. You liked Mustard? It was neat meeting, like, an old champion and stuff. I love Clara. She's great. One of the most toxic characters. I'm still wearing the Clara Forever shirt on my sword file. Still have not taken it off since, like, 2020. Honestly, I need to find, like, a laundromat in Galar somewhere. Kara Liss? Yes, with the mismatched shoes and socks. I'm glad that he stuck with that, with, like, the TCG art of her. Making, like, the fossil Pokemon, those mismatch things, was great. And I think it had, like, some actual historical significance with fossils found and, like, kind of mishmashed together somewhere in the UK, too. Galar fossils are extremely funny. What's up, SW4J? How's it going? I think out of all the plot points in Sword and Shield, the most eye-rolling one for me was when, like, they were like, oh, wild Pokemon have started Dynamaxing, and Leon was like, hold on, let the champ take that on. You go get your 8th badge. And I was like, what? This is ridiculous. This should be me. Any idea which Mega I'll use in my ZA playthrough? It would be crazy for me not to use Absol. Like, that's the shoo-in for sure. I'm gonna go to, like, 500 phases if I have to for a shiny Mega Absol in that game. Shiny Alpha Mega Absol. I don't know what if it's gonna be Alphas still in that game. They could be Sigmas. Shiny Sigma Mega Absol. But, aside from that, I might go with the first shiny that I ever found in Gen 3. Mawile. A Mega Mawile would be really cool to use, too. How's the Silver Oak Challenge video coming along? I'm about to start it. I just finished my New Orleans video, like, today. I'm currently awaiting a thumbnail for it, and then it'll go up sometime within the next week. And I'm gonna hit the Silver Oak Challenge video pretty hard after I put out this Rumble Weekend video. You want new Furfrou trims? Those would be sick. Gold Pikachu VMAX card. Very nice. I think you should eat it. No, actually, put it in a sleeve. That's my first advice with those kinds of things. Protect it. I'm glad so many of y'all were also like, eat it, yeah. But, very nice card to have. P. I sent off my first card grading submission to the PSA, like last week. It's something I had been meaning to do since December. I had the cards picked out already. I just hadn't entered them online or got like all the supplies or printed out the shipping label. I was like, oh, that's a lot of steps. I'll save that for another day. And then I waited like 7 months and I was like, okay, I guess it's finally the day that I go and do that. And got it all shipped off. They received the cards. I don't think I damaged any of them putting them in the sleeves. I'm hoping I get a couple 10s. I'll be filming it whenever it gets done. Your Taco Bell's coming soon? Let's go. You got a Baja Blast with it? I'm assuming so. I'm grading my childhood Shining Raichu, which sat in a shoebox, I believe unsleeved, for like at least 10 years. I'm not expecting a good grade on it, but if there's any card that I've ever wanted slabbed, it's that one. I remember getting it for Easter when I was in like 1st or 2nd grade. Like I got the pack that had it. It was just like one pack and I pulled it and I was like, oh, this is so sick. And I knew how rare it was because I read the Beckett Pokemon Collector magazines in Walmart every time I went there with my family. Just like looking at like the rarity of the new cards from the new sets and stuff. So I was hyped. Is PSA 1 rarer than 10? I'd say so a lot of the time, yeah. Like for someone to commit to like getting an actual one is nuts. You watched a presentation on how Mega Anino is bad? There are quite a few presentations like that on YouTube. There's a whole PowerPoint meta now, giving some informed lectures on Pokemon. Now, I didn't see this in the form of a lecture, but I learned some weird stuff about the move Minimize this morning. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I pulled up the page for Dragon Rush earlier today because I forgot what accuracy it was. And I learned that, like, Dragon Rush bypasses all accuracy checks and always hits on a Pokemon that used Minimize. And there are a bunch of other moves that work that way with Minimize. I always knew Stomp and Body Slam worked that way. But there's a weird list, like Heat Crash, Heavy Slam, Double Iron Bash, but only in Gen 7. It's so crazy how much specific programming goes into that one obscure move. I don't know. I might pull up some of the Olympics while I hunt, like, Rumble Weekend. If I don't have anything to put on, I might throw some on. How was, like, the opening ceremony and stuff? I didn't realize it was going on until earlier today. Dragon Rush is, like, Dragon type song. I know its Japanese name is, like, Dragon Dive. Which is a sick name for a move. It looked rainy. I thought you said grainy for a second. Like they changed the ISO settings on the camera, like, up all the way. Who's winning in men's volley, USA or Argentina? I'm not sure. I think Giratina will win. Your Taco Bell's arrived? Let's go. It is, Toby. You got a camcorder now? Yeah, camcorders are awesome. It's so much, it's so nice having one to, like, document stuff. I feel like if I recorded everything for my videos on my phone, I'd be a lot more, like, unorganized. It's nice having, like, a dedicated device to, like, recording stuff. Plus, I don't have to worry about my phone battery to record things, too. I can always just break it out to film stuff. I am not always getting excellent throws in Go. I'm garbage at that. I'm lucky to get a nice half the time. I'm always curveball throwing, don't get me wrong. And I also do, like, the quick capture trick where you, like, open up the berry menu and, like, slide and press back on your phone to, like, really speed through encounters. But, I'm not getting those nice throws most of the time. I mean, those excellent throws. Unless it's, like, a legendary and huge. I have no issues with, like, Snorlax. I don't remember the last time I tried to throw a non-curveball in Go. I always go to the right and throw to the left. It doesn't help that my phone's getting old, though. I have like, a Flip Z4, which is not old. It's 2 years old. It should not be obsolete. But Pokemon Go does not run on that thing anymore. After, like, all the graphical updates, it's so slow. I can feel it chugging along some days. It's really sad. The crease in my phone. Boom. That was weird. Forget that ever happened. It's a cool phone, though. It's like an SP. That's the only reason I got it. I was like, oh, this is like the Game Boy SP phone. It's gonna be a fun phone to, like, play around with once, like, I get a new one. And it's no longer, like, my main phone. I can actually start trying to use it as, like, a camera for videos and stuff. You just got a Perugly? Very nice. It's a great shiny. That was one of the first shinies I got in Diamond and Pearl, and I didn't find it myself. I've told the story a few times. My first time connecting to the GTS, I got this USB stick that you plug into your computer. My family, we didn't have Wi-Fi in 2007 yet. That was like a new concept. So instead, I had this USB stick I'd plug into my dad's computer. And that it would serve as a Wi-Fi hotspot specifically for the DS and the Wii. So I'd connect my DS to it and hop on the GTS. And I hopped on, and I put up a Farfetch'd that I had gotten from the Daily Swarm and Diamond. Named that thing Coca-Cola. And I just asked for a Glameow in return since I didn't have Pearl, and that's a version exclusive. Some Japanese guy gave me a shiny Glameow for Coca-Cola the Farfetch'd. I thought I'd cracked the code, so I put up another Farfetch'd named Coca-Cola, and I never got a shiny again. But, it was really cool. Apple's working on a foldable phone? Interesting. I'm ready for everyone to have flip phones again, too. Like, it's been a fun gimmick having this Flip Z for a couple years, but it also definitely feels like this thing that, like, not a lot of people are supporting with their apps. Like, it's a weird resolution phone. Like, Pokemon GO AR hardly works at all with it. For the past 2 years, I've barely been able to do any of, like, the fun Go photography stuff, which has been sad. But, man, if it becomes, like, the norm all of a sudden for people to just have, like, foldable, like, flip phones and stuff again, it's gonna be hype. Have I moved a Pokemon from Go to home? Oh, yeah, I do that all the time, actually. Like, if I catch, like, a low CP Pokemon and evolve it up all the way, I like having a collection of level 1 fully evolved weirdos in home. Especially if they're, like, shinies and stuff. Like, during community days, always go out of my way to do that. I have a level 1 extra large, like, Skeledirge. The Wii doesn't have HDMI, but the Wii U does. And there's a really cheap, like, Wii to HDMI adapter you can get on Amazon. And it works. It does the job. I've been using that for years. It's fun just having weird level 1 Pokemon. Go makes that possible. Level 1 Shiny Raikou from Johto Tour. I think I have like a level 7 Shiny Entei from that. Playing Rumble on a CRT sounds like a vibe. I do have the means to do that as well. But this is just my standard Wii U setup. It's a little bit less convenient to hook that one up to the CRT. Yeah, Nintendo doing another clamshell device would be awesome. It's been weird, like, with the Switch being Nintendo's main console, and it's both a console and handheld at the same time, and not, like, this fun little... It's weird. Like, I was just so used to Nintendo having both a console and a handheld at the same time. And for both of those kind of games to be occupying the same space on the same system, it's been interesting. And, like, a lot of the time they have the same price point, too. We've had this phenomenon where there are a lot of games where people are like, this is not a $60 game. And I have to agree sometimes that it feels weird to get, like, some of these massive Switch games and then get another game for, like, the same price. I'm all for dev teams being paid, but, I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, the Switch, too, I want more social features as well. It's still wacky to me that we only have 2 themes, light mode and dark mode. I remember on day 1 of the Switch being like, oh, I cannot wait to get themes on this thing like the 3DS. I can't wait to listen to, like, the music that they made for the Switch. But they threw a lot of the UI and UX stuff out the window on the Switch just for, like, fun games. Which I'm not complaining about, but I'm also kind of complaining about. I had a reason to take my Switch with me, my 3DS with me everywhere, and I really don't take my Switch with me very often unless I know I'm, like, going to be staying the night somewhere. The closest thing we have to Spot Pass is, like, the Switch news. Sometimes you get, like, cool new Splatoon skins and stuff through that, which is nice. Yeah, they keep calling it the Nintendo Switch successor, which leads me to believe that it'll probably have a different kind of name. The Nintendo horse. Someone found out Joe Biden resigned through Wii News. It's great that people are keeping like the news stuff and the weather stuff alive on those consoles. Fan teams are crazy. The Nintendo 8DS goes through 8 dimensions. Congrats, Sergeant Nerfs a lot. That's awesome. Yeah, the Switch is not much of a handheld. Can't really see it outside all that well. Switch Lite is definitely more of a handheld, though. It's required one. Oh, nice, Ian. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of time going through, like, all the recipes and stuff. I love how much detail's put into it, though. I did not see that. That's crazy, Micah. I'm not surprised, though. Pokemon is huge. I'm glad to be on the timeline where Pokemon is super profitable. And they keep making more and stuff. It would be really sad for this to be like my favorite like game series and stuff. And like it just be constantly like failing or like complete, and they have no plans of ever bringing it back and stuff. Like I think a lot about the F-Zero fans and stuff, and I'm like, man. Yeah, it's cool One Piece is doing so great, too. I don't really watch much of it, but I read it every week, and it's been staying so good. Star Fox fans, man. North American Pride, yeah. Awakenings changed that series forever. Fire Emblem's crazy now. Yeah, the Street Chalupas from Taco Bell. Legitimately some of the best menu items they've made in years. Like, they're so good. A little bit of onion and cilantro. It's kind of crazy because those are normally not on most Taco Bell menu items, and that just makes them feel so different and adventurous. As crazy as that sounds, because normally a new Taco Bell menu item is like a different combination of meat, cheese, and sauce. I wish they translated the Starkey games too. I feel like they'd gain like a lot more of a new audience that way. It's nice if they're playable at the very least, but I don't know if I want to play them quite yet, in like purely Japanese. I'm not a big grilled cheese burrito guy, to be completely honest. It's okay, but like it's just too cheesy for me. And like greasy. But I've had a couple rare moods where I'm like, oh yeah, this hits the spot. I'm rumbling right now, little cheese. I did try the cheese at tostada. It's kind of a gimmick item. I'm be for real. What's up, pause?
Level 100. Pinnacle of power for a
Twitch.tv subscriber. Thanks for the sub.
Grima, thanks for 10 months.
Yeah.
Shiny pilled Rumble
Shiny
Maxer. That's me.
Rumble Maxer.
I'm Rumble Maxing right now. Cheese It Tostada greater than Cheez It Crunchwrap. Yeah, you get to like experience more of the Cheez It for what it is in the Tostada. The Crunchwrap, it gets lost in the noise. Like you're like, oh, there kind of was a Cheez It in there. Maybe if I think about it. The Tostada, you're like forced to come face to face with the Cheez It and face it for what it is at face value. Have I tried the burrito bowl thing? I have not. I just tried like the new Street Chalupa stuff. Yeah, it's not even crunchy anymore at that point. Yeah, exactly. It's just like mushy. There's like some sort of once crispy cheese mush in the center. I am kind of that guy to catch Pokemon. You can't do that in Rumble though. You only recruit them. I honestly don't know what it's called in this game when you retrieve a Pokemon. You just pick it up and it joins your team. No Pokeballs though. They're just toys. That's what's up, Safe Now. I got mine too. It's on this laptop right now. I wish I could, like, physically flip this laptop camera around to show you where the sticker is right now, but it's fantastic. What's up, Cinebox? You befriend them? Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. It's called kidnapping. Ah, man, I remember when the Doritos Locos... Yeah, the Doritos Locos Tacos, they haven't been $1 for a long time. They've always been on the more expensive side in the past few years. I remember when there was more than just nacho cheese, though. Man, the Cool Ranch and then the Fiery were really good. I desperately want to see another Pokemon movie in general. I'm really hoping that the next one they drop isn't a Netflix exclusive. Because I loved seeing The Power of Us in theaters back in 2019. I went with just a couple friends. It was just us in the theater. It was so perfect. What I would love, too, they love doing those Fathom Events things with, like, old Ghibli movies and stuff. If they played an old Pokemon movie, I would be there in a heartbeat. I would go see, like, Pokemon 3, like, every day of the week that it shows. Like, no joke. I would go every day. You're left to face the soggy Cheez-It shame as a metaphor for the sins you committed. Exactly. It's like Taco Bell penance. I love Jaden Animation's new video talking about 10 years on YouTube. There was a lot of stuff I really heavily resonated with in that video. Like, especially talking about, like, doing stuff that you enjoy can be kind of difficult sometimes if it doesn't directly contribute to a video because you're always thinking about video ideas. And, like, that is so true. It is so unbelievably true. Yeah, the Ash Hat Pikachu promos, oh my gosh. I loved getting those with I Choose You. That was a good era, seeing those two movies in theaters. It's been going well, positively patchy. I found one shiny so far. People need the Absol Gritty. Yeah, I need to make that an animated emote. I have so many animated slots right now. If someone has a gif of me hitting the Absol Gritty, I might be able to make it happen. If it's like a clean gif with a solid loop, and I look kind of quirked up, we might be able to make that happen. This song goes hard. The Calzariti? The Calzariti would be crazy. We did get one Gen 8 era movie. It was the Zarude movie, and it was really good. One of the best movies they've done in years. Yeah, like Zarude and Celebi. But it didn't get a theater run in the States. It was like straight to Netflix because of the pandemic. What was great about like going to see the other Pokemon movies in theaters too was that they did like that Pokemon, I think like the Origins series or something. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Maybe Pokemon Generations or Evolutions or something. Anyways, that small animated series they did on YouTube with the really pretty things that went through like various main story points in the Pokemon games. And they showed all of those back to back in the theater before the movie started. There is an exclusive card at Worlds this year, and I don't know if I'm going to get it when I get there or not. I might have to participate in side events to try and earn enough points to get a copy of it, which is going to be scary. The Champions Festival card or whatever. I've seen the design for it. I think it has a Surfing Golden Go on it. Was the Mewtwo Returns remake? That was Gen 8 era. That was released in, like, I believe early 2020 or late 2019. It might have actually been at the end of Gen 7 in Japan, beginning of Gen 8 in America. I remember watching it on Pokemon Day 2020. Because I was working on, like, a video involving, like, making curry in Sword and Shield, and I watched it that night. And I think that was the first night it was available. In English, at least. The dub's always so behind, though. Do I keep a cool binder of favorite cards? I never did until earlier this year. Like, I was not much of a card binder guy. But then I ordered one, and I started, like, putting stuff into the binder. I'm like, yeah, this is actually kind of neat. I also have a trade binder of cool cards now that I take with me to, like, Pokemon events. Managed to make a few cool trades at NAIC. Loyal 3 Pecharunt? Yeah, that would be great. Ogre Pond movie. It would be cool, like, honestly, They could literally just follow the story of the teal mask in the game. Like the Carmine Kieran story. It would make a compelling movie. I would love to hear, like, voice acting with, like, Kieran's, like, rage and everything, too. But imagine, okay, hear me out. Instead of going on the field trip with just those random kids, it follows the Zero crew. That would be sick. Like, we get, Arvin, Penny, and Nomona right off the bat. It's like the Mochi Mayhem thing before the Mochi Mayhem story starts. They'll probably go the Pokemon Horizons route if they were to do that and have that crew. Or have, like, Ash just as, like, a movie exclusive guy coming back. But, man, it would be cool if they, like, just, like, carried over, like, just the game characters instead of made a movie about that. Congrats on the Venomoth and the victory screen. That's sick, Getty. In the credits? Marvin would do great on the big screen. And Dime. All the cards you get from trading are super duper scratched. You gotta, like, just look around at the condition of them and stuff as you go sometimes. Yo, sure, thanks in a box. I don't know if I'll watch it while I'm rumbling right now, but I'll keep it bookmarked and ready to go. Maybe another stream. What are the odds for this game? 1 in 8192. But there's just so many Pokemon on screen. A movie version of Scarlet Violet story? Oh my gosh, yeah. My sister played through all of Violet. It's her first Pokemon game she's played since Black and White, I believe. And, like, she got to the end of the game and was like, this feels like the plot of a Pokemon movie. Because it really does. I always gotta be so careful with Persian. They're so hard to tell. But none of those look shiny to me. What do I think of Hala posting? It's fantastic.
Level 1.
Ocean Survival, thank you for 3 months of subs. Appreciate that.
Twitch.tv subscriber.
Very huge.
Yeah.
Do I own any movies physically? I have a few movies. I have some Blu-rays and I don't have a Blu-ray player. Because I don't have like a PS4 or anything. Favorite X and Y friend. Okay, so if we're talking like the rivals from that game, they're all kind of like forgettable to me for the most part, to be completely honest. But Tierno's funny to me. He has a dream of being like a professional Pokemon dancer. And that is such a crazy random dream to have in a game that does not elaborate upon that any further. And it'd be great to see like a Tierno ancestor just be ultra dedicated to the dance in this. What cracks me up even more thinking about Tierno is thinking about the plot of Pokemon X. Because like, Lysander's whole game in X and Y was to make everyone in the room, including himself, immortal using the ultimate weapon. And Tierno was in the room. So like, there's a possible timeline we're on, where at the end of X and Y, Tierno is immortal. And like, he's just dancing around the earth for the rest of human history. Like, that's a crazy timeline to think about. That might be the timeline that Legend ZA is set in right now. Shauna is a silly head, I guess. She's not all that memorable to me, other than like the fireworks and stuff, though. Like, Trevor, Shauna, and Tierno did not get much screen time. I'd say Serena or Callum, depending on who you pick, doesn't get enough screen time either. Or Calum. Like, they're... Like, I don't even know if it's Callum or Calum, actually, thinking about it. So much of their plot's just kind of off-screen. And it's like, oh, wow, I just crushed this kid's dream. My bad. Anyway. My preferred browser? I use Firefox. Wrong, thanks for 29 months. 29.
Pinnacle of power for a
20 no.
TV subscriber.
Good luck on all the German learning.
Yeah.
I saw you started hitting that grind again recently.
29.
I've been using Firefox since like 2008. I had a shortcut on my desktop for it, and I renamed it to Fennekin when X and Y dropped. Oh, that is sick, Getty. That is so awesome. Major congrats. I did Cinebox, thank you. I'll check that out after stream. Thank you, Damien. Thank you for the Ramona March art. Best place to hunt Fennekin. So there's the XY starters, and those are pretty crazy. You don't have too many options, to be completely honest. Like, if you just want to get, like, the starter line in general, I'd say the best way is Island Scan, hunting the wild Delphox. But if you want Fennekin itself, which I think has the best shiny out of the line, you might just need to reset for an X and Y. Of course, Scarlet Violet, you can get it pretty quickly in the wild in that game. You've been using Opera for the longest time? Oh, dang, I was using Opera for a while too, honestly, for a little bit in high school. Because I remember, like, the Wii browser used Opera, and I was like, oh, cool, I'll download the Wii browser. So I used that for a little bit. And then it became the gamer browser all of a sudden with Opera GX. Saw Bully Molly. There is Friend Safari, but that's as a Braixen. That's not as a Fennekin. Depends on what your end goal is. Like, if you want a shiny Fennekin, I did Masuda Method for it back in 2013. And I still have that Fennekin. Congrats on the Rumble, Drill Dream. I've been thinking about doing an X and Y DTQ before Legends ZA. And, I'm still deciding if a starter would be part of it. But if a starter were to be part of it, I wouldn't evolve it. I'd keep it like the first stage. And I think I'd pick Fennekin. I think it's got the best shiny out of all of them. Greninja's sick, though, I must admit. Imagine if that Glaceon was shiny, oh my gosh. Of course. What's Stunseed backwards, Twitch Prime? I wouldn't say it takes 5 minutes for X and Y starter hunt. It's more like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes maybe. Also depends on what you want your nickname to be. Your life has improved tenfold since you decided you would not fully evolve all your DTQ members. There's something so much fun about playing through a Pokemon game with something that's like not fully evolved. It's something that I've really started to appreciate a lot more. Like, one of my Omega Ruby playthroughs I've been doing it with an unevolved Mudkip, and it's great. About Calo Absol. What's interesting, though, is that you're dealing with 4096 versus 8192 with those times. Like, doing a 2.5 minute 4096 hunt feels so different than a 2.5 minute 8192 hunt for me in terms of time commitment. I feel like I'm willing to, like, just at the drop of a hat do a longer 4096 hunt than commit to a longer 8192 hunt. Those are a lot scarier to just like instantly commit to for me. I would still love to do so many of them, of course. Yeah, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon starters are crazy. I will admit, though, I miss the days of the long starter resets if it meant that they could be shiny. The recent era of starters being shiny locked is so sad to me. When you first received them. Like, not even having the chance of starting your journey with, like, a shiny starter. Man. It feels so special for the first Pokemon you ever receive on a file to be shiny. Who'd be on my DTQ? Now, that is a great question. I might have some torturous answers to that. Like, I think Cryogonal's on the Dream Team. I know it's a Gen 5 Pokemon, but, like, it's in Frost Cavern, and there's a Repel Trick that can make it, like, 11%. I would love to see, like, a front-facing Cryogonal grace my screen in that cave. That would be so cool, but I'd phase so much. I think Carbink is also on the team. It's very sad, but also forces you to keep playing. True. I feel like BDSP introduced a very unique problem that we hadn't really seen with a Pokemon game before, where so many people got intrigued with hunting shiny starters that a lot of people never ended up playing the game because they never got their shiny starters, which is wild. Dallas said he invented the Dream Team concept and doesn't approve of quests being added. I was unaware of that wish. I know Dallas was... I look at him as the father of the Dream Team. But I had not known that the Q part was so contested. I'll watch my mouth. I'll watch my mouth out of respect for my friend. Umbreon's on your Ultra Moon DTQ. Fair enough, true. I feel like a lot of my X and Y DTQ would be like Gen 5 Pokemon and stuff, as weird as that sounds. Maybe I go for another Furfrou and actually use it. Would I hunt the Kanto starters? I don't know if those would be on my Dream Team. It's a cool reset, but nah. Shiny Zoroark? Yeah, that's a cool one too. I remember watching Rozo get that a few years ago. That was sick. I think I watched Oleg. I think it was Oleg or Shiny Hunter Sandslash. One of those guys. Get Shiny Trevenant in the wild outside of a horde on Route 20. And that looked crazy. Just seeing it take up the whole screen. That's something that I love about wild encounters in X and Y. The Pokemon is just front-facing the entire screen. It's in your whole face. It's nuts. It's crazy. I wonder how many people hear this song and, like, only know of it as a Pikmin song now. Like, a lot of people probably might not even realize it's from Super Mario RPG. Which is crazy to think about, because, like, Pikmin has not historically been a very popular game. It's been, like, for the longest time, just this game that, like, I guess, like, the more gamer crowd looks at as, like, oh, this is an extremely well-made but cool game, but the average casual Nintendo person doesn't play much Pikmin, or doesn't really think about it. And times have changed. Pikmin's really become a kind of more mainstream thing in these past couple years, with people really pushing, hey, this game is really good, you should play it. It's kind of sick to see the revival of Pikmin in that way. It's so awesome, Arlie, yeah. I remember as a kid, like, I had Pikmin 1 and 2 on the GameCube. I got the bad ending in Pikmin 1. Because I was like, oh yeah, the world's actually gonna end? Prove it. And then I actually lost, and I was like, oh gosh, no. It had me so paranoid playing Pikmin 2 after that. I always thought I was on an arbitrary time limit from that point on. It's a terrifying ending. Lunatone in the cave near the second gym? Yeah. I wish, like, some of the encounter rates were kind of flipped around in that cave, because some of the sickest targets are just so rare. Like Kangaskhan and stuff. You can magnet pull for Mawile pretty well in there, though. Glittering Cave, I think is what it's called. The first shiny was a Clefable, which I think was new for me. I don't recall finding one in the past in this game. There's some hardcore Pikmin bloomers out there. I recall asking in chat about Community Day, and people were like, oh, I can't, I'm playing Pikmin Bloom today, and I was like, oh, okay. And I've heard some funny Pikmin Bloom stories from people, too. Of, like, a Pikmin traveling across the ocean after an international trip and taking days to get home. Poor little Pikmin crossing the sea. Do do do, just a kahuna on a stroll to the Laguna. I loved Hala as a meme for the longest time, just because of that one line. And I love seeing just the sudden resurgence of Hala stuff. A lot of people may say that it's become unfunny now, because of how many people just keep posting Hala everywhere. But I don't think there's enough. I feel like he's an underappreciated character, and he's really beginning to become one of the coolest Pokemon characters, and I fully support that. How long of a phase has this been for reference? It's been 64 runs so far. And I'd say at this point we're starting to really kind of just go over odds on average. It's about like every 60 Rumble runs or so you see like 81, 92. Yeah, we're standing in the odds pretty much. We might not quite be there with how things work out, but we're pretty close. One of my favorite numbers is 359, because that's Absol's dex number. I like the Rumble art style a lot, too. It's one of the reasons why I keep playing it. Just funny little low poly creatures. A world where Hala is considered overrated is so funny to me. I can't wait for that to happen. I think this is a remix of the Legends Arceus version of it. It was made after that. That's amazing, Grima. I love how Standing in the Odds has taken a grip on the whole community. It started as just a Freudian slip, or not even really a Freudian slip, just saying the wrong thing. Like, I was on a beach trip in October with Kotatsu, and we were, like, hunting, and she was about to hit 8192 on a certain hunt, and was like, I'm gonna go stand in the ocean for the final, for the encounter. But, she shortened the sentence from standing in the ocean to hit odds to, I'm gonna go be standing in the odds. And I was like, okay, that's the new term for when you're over odds. And it's history now. People say standing in the odds. It's crazy. We weren't even in the ocean. We were, like, at the Gulf of Mexico. Ocean Matt, take me by the hat, lead me to the lat. If you understand. Congrats on the Gallade. That's a sick one. Yeah, I guess it is kind of part of the Atlantic Ocean, that's true. OMG, Poketot is live. Huge. I think he got a Perugly with his daughter earlier, which is so great. I don't know, I feel like there's an ongoing war between Calzone and Ramona Marsh for best Safari Week character. And we can't forget Douge Hingus either, from Brosidon's 2023 compilation. Eating old food is definitely a crazy tradition. Good luck, Bower Power, on the Shiny Quilava. Those Shadow Hunts in Coliseum are crazy. But I still want to do another one. I want to go for the Absol one day. Best of luck to you. Are you setting it up in the post-game with the Master Ball? Or are you going for it with any ball in the earlier part of the game? Probably not, being realistic when playing. It took a lot for me to actually have the expired Capri Sun. The old food. I feel like I would have even less trust in old food if it wasn't something that I purchased. Congrats on the Bronzong Goldflower. Mega Delcatty. If there's any Pokemon that needs something, Delcatty needs something for sure. Poor thing. Assist is a fun move, though. You like to play through? Yeah, it's a grind. It's not too bad. Most of the time you will catch it, but you'll really feel it every reset that you don't catch it. I started out the Bayleaf hunt doing like the first few resets in Phoenix City. I wish I still had the footage from like hunting it that way. But man, it was night and day going to the Master Ball in the post game. But it'll feel really rewarding to play through the game with it too, though. That'll be sick. Yeah, I think there was like another Pokemon. I was really shocked to learn that it didn't have like any merch till Sitting Cuties from like Gen 2. I don't remember which one it was though. You forgot Musharna was a Moonstone Evo? It's hard to keep track of those kinds of things sometimes. Like, I went months without knowing that Capsakid evolved into Scovillain with a Firestone. Because, like, Scovillain is so readily available in the wild, I didn't need to look up how to evolve one when I caught it, because I was like, oh, I can just catch a wild Scovillain. Boom, I have the Dex entry for it. How sick would Lapras be to pick one of those bad boys up? I like how it's Shiny's wearing jeans. Is Shiny Scovillain? You think it looks like a middle Evo? It'd be cool to get like a third Evo where they're like 3 heads, like Hydreigon style. The damage required Evos? Yeah, like, okay. I am so curious if anyone ever found out naturally how to evolve Galarian Yamask. I would have never figured that out myself. What Denny's has the Espathra statue? I don't know. I feel like you gotta go to all the Denny's. I wonder how many people watch that YouTube short up to that point, even. It makes me wonder how they're going to implement it in future games. Like, whenever they add, like, a really specific Pokemon evolution method, I can't help but think about the future-proofing for it. For the longest time, I really thought, like, Alolan forms were going to be transfer exclusive. Like, we'd be just forced to, like, keep playing through Alola games to transfer up, like, an Alolan Raichu. Yeah, Scovillain's got an interesting name. Scoville units. The Scoville scale. Heat measurement. It's a spicy boy. Yeah, there must have been a first to discover it. I feel like it could have been a combination of data mining and just, like, good discovery about it. I don't remember if there's anyone that hints at how it happens in the game. Are there any NPCs that talk about it? How many shinies do I have in Pogo? Oh gosh, like over 600. Mostly from community days and stuff like that. I've been an active Go player since 2016. Yeah, my Shiny Galarian Yamask reaction is really funny because, like, it was 3 a.m. I was on the verge of falling asleep. I was watching a top 100 anime openings of the fall 2019 season video, and I was barely awake. And then it showed up, and, like, it was starting to barely process for me, like, dial-up internet style in my head that the eyes were green and that was different. And I was like, whoa, Shiny Yamask! Shiny Galarian Yamask! I speak, like, with so many, like, pauses between what I'm even saying. I feel like the discovery of arbitrary code execution and stuff, it's super impressive and stuff. Oh, and that's the discovery of a shiny Ponyta. Hello. A lot of it comes from, like, little prior bits of game knowledge and finding, like, exploits through, like, a bunch of manual exploration and stuff. Like, people have to kind of know what they're doing to find those. Horse. That is a horse. Oh my gosh. Horses are back for a limited time. I feel like I get one almost every time I go to EX Fiery Furnace. Like, shiny Ponyta is a constant for me. It's a great shiny, though. I'll always take it. There it is! There it is! I'll play a horse video. Hold on. Let me beat the boss first so I don't accidentally go to terminal. Okay.
The horses are now free to roam the world. With majestic grace, with impeccable style, with liberated expression. Nothing can stop these horses. They are truly amazing creatures. A gift from the heavens. The horses are free. The horses are great. And the horses are here to stay.
Alright, thank you. Horses. Alright, so, dramatic head turn. Dramatic horse turn. Horse. 71 runs that time. God bless Horse America. Alright, let me get the Ponyta sprite. Let's see if it looks like it's in such a pained state as the Clefable is. It kind of is. The frame 2 for Ponyta here, it might be going through the exact same situation as Clefable right now. They're in this together. Your horse did summon. Hold on. We had this good luck horse added earlier. It's Rumble Weekend. It sure is. How hungry? Rojo, thank you for 30 months. 5.5 years right in time for horse. Perfect horse timing.
Subscriber. Thanks for the sub. Yeah.
You did miss a shiny. I got a Ponyta.
5.5 years
Not the
right
most
in time
exciting
for
thing, but a great shiny.
HORSC.
No matter what. I need to update the background graphic that I use for these Rumble Weekend streams. I've been using the same .mp4 file of just, like, particles since 2018. I need to mix things up. I need to make a new .mp4 file with some crazy particles. Like some horse particles or something. Pre-recorded horse reaction? What is this? Oh my gosh, this horse is in the slot. That's crazy. You keep getting a commercial for hospital scrubs? Twitch ads are so, like, they're so, like, curated. Oil particles? Hold on. Getting all oiled up for Rumble Weekend. Would you tell me if I looked, like, uncomfortably oily? Like, if I was down in the bottom right corner of the screen rumbling right now, and I looked as if I was covered in oil, and I was kind of gleaming, to the point where, like, if I just changed the angle of my face a little bit, it almost looked like I was shining a light in the camera. Would you tell me in chat? Or would you respectfully just kind of, like, ignore that and talk a little bit more about the gameplay? Any news on the bank shutdown? Hopefully not. I don't want it to happen anytime soon. You'd be uncomfortable. Dang. Is my hair included? Yeah, let's include the hair as well. But not exclusively. If my hair itself was just oily, I'm not as concerned about that. Like, I'm talking like my entire forehead, my cheek, my chin, my neck, just gleaming. You respect my decisions to be as oily as I want. It's none of your business. I appreciate that. Some of you, I feel like, would like, just respect that without intruding on talking about my oil levels. While I feel like others, it would be all you'd want to, like, talk about, you know? Like, oh, dude, you're looking really oily today. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know how to respond to that, but thank you. You just assumed Sticky Larry oiled me up? True. He's kind of starting to bend a little bit. He's no longer, like, in card form. He's kind of, like, forming, like, almost a boat shape. Starting to curl up in the sun a little bit. I'm talking about a Larry Full Art card that I keep in my card. Congrats on the Alakazam gold flower. That's awesome. And I call him Sticky Larry because I had a pack of gum that was on my dashboard on top of Sticky Larry for a brief period of time for one weekend. Also, 2 Uxie. Tuxie. That's crazy. And the gum melted. So he's Sticky Larry now. I showed him on stream a couple nights ago. Well, not a couple nights ago. Earlier this week. I'm sure I'll show him again sometime, though. Yeah, he's no longer straight. That's for sure. Those Uxies can be shiny, but they're just super rare. Like, those have been a dream shiny of mine since Rumble Weekend started. This sounds like you're playing like a mobile game. Like, save the kingdom, my liege. There's a video out there of Larry twerking. I think I'd be good if I went my entire life without ever seeing that. Like, I feel like my enjoyment of life would not change if I never saw that. Yes! The hop theme, but with too many slaps. Hold on, I gotta show you all the thumbnail for this video. It's one of my favorite video thumbnails. Let me make sure I'm, like, actually actively on the tab. Alright, alright. Alright, hold on. You gotta see the thumbnail for this. It's just like pure hop energy. Add window capture. Firefox. Just look at that. That's hop. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Micah. Appreciate that. Making thumbnails is a lot of fun. Like, it's either something that I spend a lot of time, like, thinking out, or sometimes there have definitely been times where, like, the video is rendering and I'm like, okay, thumbnail any % speedrun. Can I finish it before the video renders? And I just, like, start cooking and seeing what can happen. I haven't seen Freeren. That's been on my to-watch list for a while. I've heard it's really sad, though, so I have to, like, mentally prepare myself for it. I also need to watch more Dungeon Meshi. I've watched the first couple episodes of that now, and I wanna keep going with it soon. My favorite thumbnail so far? I'm not sure. Which decision was it with that? Okay, the Jigglypuff thumbnail was definitely something I spent time on. Because I had to, like, custom make the Jigglypuff sprite for that. That one took a little while, actually. But the TCG video I uploaded today was definitely more of the speedrun one. Where I opened up, like, I just made a stick man running off with Kofu's wallet. Yeah, like, I remember when I was in Japan, like, they were, like, advertising the manga a lot of Freeren. Because, like, the anime had just been announced. And, like, I looked stuff up about it because I was curious. I was like, what's this elf thing I'm seeing everywhere? And everyone was talking about how it's, like, gut-wrenching. And I'm like, oh, I'll have to be careful when I watch episode 1 of that. Favorite Nokotan character? That's a tough one. I feel like it's either got to be, like, the main character, because she's voiced by the voice provider for Hatsune Miku, and she's the most normal one. Or, Shikanoko. It's so fantastic to have an anime deer girl and hear how she speaks. Just in, yum, those crazy sound effects and stuff. They were doing it when you were there? When were you there? I was there in late October, early November last year. Really cool time to be over there. It was like between the Teal Mask and Indigo Disc too, so like all the Pokemon centers, they were decked out in Carmine and Kieran. Yeah, like the voice of the voice provider for Hatsune Miku voices Koshitan. October 6th, 20th. Dang, I got there like the 26th. So like right after you left, that's when I was there. That is crazy. We literally just missed each other. Yeah. These are the second frame sprites, yeah. Yeah, I hope that if I could go to Australia, New Zealand, I would go to Miku Expo in a heartbeat. So exciting. I hope you get to go, Locke. They made some cool like key art for it too. Oh, Mark's Pizzeria, let's go. My favorite part of this is Shan Good. Shan Good. Good luck on the horse, but not a horse. A garbage plate? I have not. Not entirely sure what that is. Elaborate. Elaborate plate. Oh, I see. Good luck on the draft. The draft horse. Seeing baby giraffes in person was kind of weird. They were at the zoo in Palm Springs, and the baby giraffes are just like literally scaled down. This is the best description of it that I heard. It's like you're just looking at adult giraffes, but literally scaled down like 3D models. They're just literally smaller giraffes. Like they got the same proportions and everything. It's nuts. Okay, I'm gonna look at what a garbage plate is. Oh, that does look pretty good. That definitely does not look like garbage to me. Yeah, Gremlin used great footage of him. Probably gonna go for about like 30 more minutes tops. It's been really chill. I always love streaming Rumble. It's always exciting. And the luck pops off on these streams, not gonna lie. Sometimes I hunt for like this period of time and don't find anything playing Rumble. Rochester, New York dish. Interesting. So it's kind of like steamed hams. Upstate New York. So you can find a shiny beforehand. That'd be crazy. That'd be sick nasty. Walking away with another sparkling guy. Watch it be a shiny boss Garchomp or Articuno. Every time I get a sparkling Articuno or Garchomp in this stage, I feel like my heart racing. Because I never know if it's the one. I have to knock it out and my heart is like beating so fast. How many shinies have I found my least shinies Rumble Weekend? It had to be like 5 or 6, one of the early ones. First Rumble Weekend, I wasn't using like an optimally fast Pokemon at all. And then like there was one Rumble Weekend where I scheduled it without asking anyone. And like, this was like 2016, I want to say. Way before like I was streaming and everything, like consistently. And none of my friends were rumbling that weekend. I was like the only one. So I was just kind of sitting there by myself rumbling, and I didn't have much motivation to play long. I got like 5 or 6. I think I got a Hypno, though, which was really rare. That one was cool. You hated me that weekend, yeah. It was tragic. You didn't even, like... I think from that point on, we both numbered our Rumble Weekend compilations, and, yours was unlabeled. Unnumbered. Dallas, like like you skipped that number, so we were out of sync. Like I would upload Rumble Weekend 8 and you uploaded Rumble Weekend 7. It was a Rumble Weekend that effectively never existed. Like I think this is technically Rumble Weekend 30, but it could also be considered Rumble Weekend 29 off of the Dallas numbering system. I've abandoned the numbering convention entirely because of the logistics of that. That Rumble Weekend threw everything off. Thank you, Magnemite. I'm happy to have a horse. What's my favorite dinosaur? That's a question I've never really thought too much about. I mean, I have to have a favorite, right? But, like, which one? Might be Brontosaurus. It's just Gregorian versus Julian Rumble Weekends. Exactly, it's the history. Yeah, Blue Vector is a pretty great dinosaur. Shiny Blue Vector is awesome. Who's my favorite Egyptian god card? Like, how it's so sick to have the name Obelisk the Tormentor. Like, how can you not pick Obelisk for having that name? That name just gets stuff done. Like, I want to name my kid Obelisk the Tormentor if I ever have kids. Obelisk Brandel. You sadly can't get shinies in Rumble Blast on the 3DS. Obby for short. That would also go hard as like a dog name. Obelisk the Tormentor.
Level 100.
Slifer the Sky Dragon also definitely rolls off the tongue.
Subscriber.
But like,
Thanks for the sub.
come on, Obelisk.
Yeah.
Slifer Slackers. Maybe you'll nickname Soda that? That would be so awesome, actually. I love Soda. I love all the Soda updates. The pictures today of Soda and Ruby, like, snuggled up together. Perfect. It's time for bed, Exodia the Forbidden One. Come brush your teeth. Imagine, like, Exodia breaks his arm, and, like, you take him into, like, the ER, and you're like, the left arm of the Forbidden One is broken. It's been like 3 days since your last Soda text. That's tragic. Roblox the Tormentor. Referring to everything as, like, the blank of the Forbidden One is so raw. Congrats on your second shiny Onyx and Go. That's always an exciting one to see, because it's just so big. What if there could be, like, marked humans? Like how there are marked Pokemon that where you get, like, titles? Like, imagine if I was, like, Matt the Scholarly, you know? Well, actually, we do have a titled human in the chat. We have Micah the Brave. I think that's a mark. That's just a birthmark. I mean, those exist, but they don't give us cool titles. You don't get cool titles with moles. Dallas the Chest Mole? Nah. It's fake, you bought it on eBay. Ah, it's kind of like getting, like, the royalty from Sealand, where you can become, like, the Duke of Sealand, or whatever. You go to college for that? I guess that's true. I have not seen Tenacious D. I need to see, like, the actual movie for that someday. Fish Whiskers. Atlas, thank you for 41 months.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I hope that
You
everything
computer,
keeps
please
running.
pray I can watch you without dolphin crashing.
You have to press A to see the mark. Oh, makes sense. I have a very funny story about that from whenever I was hunting marked Eevee from the event, right before the Indigo Disc came out. There was, like, this Eevee Outbreak event where they had a higher chance of having certain personality marks. And I kept phasing until I got one, and I used it on my team. And it took, like, 28 Eevee or so. Well, I was racing Kotatsu for that. And she got it, like, her second try, but didn't know how to check the marks properly. And thought she was, like, still racing. Another Ponyta! Another Ponyta! Oh my gosh. She had won the race, like, a month before I got it. And we didn't even know. Pony 2! Horse. I'm gonna find, like, nothing but horses this weekend. Okay, 2 in 1 run right now. 2 horses, 1 run. Good luck on the pooch. Play the Shiny Hunter National Anthem? If you insist, I'll get it going next run. Hold on. I gotta listen to Sum 41, No Reason, live in Ontario, 2005 mastered CD. I'm Ponyta, and I'm Ponyta. The Shiny Horse Twins. Let's get a little bit crazy. I mean, let's get knocked out. Let's get this Whalmer destroyed by Heatran. Look at how it bounces. Alright, take us out, Heatran. Take us out. Or Infernape, that works too. It still crashes. No, Atlas, no! Horse. That's 3. Horse 2. Alright. Reset the number of runs. That was 14 runs that time. 3 shinies in like 3 hours is not bad. Okay, we gotta play the Shiny Hunting National Anthem though. I'd say Cobalion is more of like a stag or something of that sort. Impala. Goat-like. What happened the Week of Legends? I think it's happening right now. I saw some people hunting for it. I might hunt some legendaries. I don't know. We'll see. I might be in the editing dungeon, though. I've been hunting Palkia lately, so I could end up getting that. I got a lot of editing I gotta do before Worlds. I got a lot of videos to make. I'm looking forward to doing my Sunday night speedrun of editing Rumble. I'm amped up for that. I did get another horse, yeah. Week of Legends is like a shiny hunting event just dedicated to shiny hunting legendaries for a week. Yeah, Gengar and Rumble. It does look a little bit shadowy, as someone once said. It's kind of sick when you get it as a boss. Yeah, shout out to Canadians real quick. Y'all exist. The silver video is going to be crazy. I can't wait to start organizing that. I'm waiting on an external hard drive to come in for that, actually. I need a new one. We got the Abenzio mix. Yeah, set up a prediction. I don't think I'm going to be streaming much longer, Marzi. Being realistic here. It'll probably be like just a few more runs from now I'm going to end it. So I don't know if a prediction would be very profitable at the moment in channel points. Unless it's a quick one, like shiny before end of stream. There it is. There it is. My heart's beating 100 miles an hour. I'll do the anthem relatively soon. So 2 furnace shinies and 1 cave so far. I've never played Peggle before.
Level 100. Pinnacle of power for
Twitch.tv.
Lucius, thanks for 8 months. Do I rock with Publix deli subs? Yeah. Man, I've always wanted to try a pub sub, but I haven't. I don't have any near me.
Subs.
I think the nearest Publix is like hundreds upon hundreds of miles away. I think I'd have to like go to Florida for that or something. Nice, pause. That's awesome. You got some Gen 3. Are you gonna do some shiny hunting? Or are you gonna start with a playthrough first? There's some in Atlanta? Oh, okay. So I could go to Georgia, in theory. I get some Publix. Shiny number 4 before end of stream. We have a crazy gamble going on right now. There could be a huge, massive winner. Publix gets a silver medal to HEB. Very good to know. I was banished from Georgia by Johnstone, yeah. Not allowed there. I was kicked out. Oh, grats on Lucario and Go. That's crazy. Lucario Go. Yes, Atlas. Amazing song. I want to say you were the person who sent me this song. You've contributed so many important songs to this playlist. Yeah, John Stacks. Am I right? I love banh mi sandwiches. There was a really good place that made them that shut down during the pandemic, and it made me sad. So many of my favorite restaurants in this town have gotten shut down. My favorite Indian restaurant is shutting down. It is so sad. Like, it is something else to have, like, one of your favorite meals ever be something you can't even, like, find anymore. Unless you, like, find the recipe online. I have a story about that, actually, Quimpling. The creator of This Is Beans emailed me. Got a couple comments from people who came from my stream and checked out stream and listened to my live reaction to it. And told me a little bit more of the story about This Is Beans and stuff. The man in the video was one of his friends playing the role of his friend Bill. And sadly, a few years ago, he had passed away. But it was a song that had been written ages ago by his friend Bill. And, yeah, it was a really cool email. I was like, this is nuts. And, yeah, we had a little conversation about stuff. It was cool. Might show it to y'all sometime soon. Yeah, a couple people commented the bean stuff. It happened to you with hummus at a place in the mountains. Oh, no, not losing a good hummus place. I love hummus. I didn't get the hype at first, to be completely honest. I saw people dipping, like, things in this weird yellowish goop, and I was like, how can this be enjoyable? And then I tried it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I get it now. But it took, like, me being in the office 5 days a week for me to finally try hummus back in, like, 2018. Because, like, we had, like, these snack things. Like, there was this room where you could buy snacks, and that was one of the only options, pretzels and hummus. And I was like, well, if I die, I die. And I tried it, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah, you can contribute another important song, for sure. I trust your musical judgment, Atlas. Fries and hummus? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure thing, Curb. The return of the dramatic head turn? Oh, you know it. I've done it thrice today. I've done it thrice, Mimi Pepper. Alright, what is this contribution? Oh my gosh, this is already an instant ad within the first 3 seconds. This is some crazy stuff. This is some stream music right here. You're allergic to chickpeas and you love hummus? You risk it all for that stuff. That's crazy. This sounds like a chorus of Minions. Respectfully. That sounded like the spring noise from Super Mario World. They won't kill you? Oh, I see. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Your new what? The favorite food you can't eat anymore thing kind of happened with this artist because they make lo-fi now. It doesn't hit the same. Oh, dang. What's up, Swampertor? It's going pretty well. I'm chilling. I'm rumbling. Doing some gaming. The Minions were part of the Olympic opening ceremony. What country were they representing? What are they competing in? I'd love to watch some Minion pole vaulting. That was a fun ride, that song. I can't wait to hear that again on stream. That was a good recommendation, Atlas. Gets a thumbs up from me. Illumination is a French studio. Oh, no, that's true. That makes sense. Yeah, the Mario movie turned out pretty great. I was nervous about it too, though, when I first heard about Illumination doing it, because, like, I hadn't really seen anything they had done beforehand. Fun movie, though. I haven't rewatched it yet, but that might happen soon. Maybe even as a Rumble weekend activity. I know, like, I'm not in a position to be rewatching movies when I haven't seen Shrek 2 yet, but man, I like listening to some Mario movie. This is a great song. Some good old Animal Crossing critique. EBDB, thank you for 8 months. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, I still haven't seen Shrek 2 yet. I feel like it's got to become an event at this point. Like, imagine a Shrek 2 shiny hunting stream, where, like, it's just heavily implied that I'm watching Shrek 2. Like, you don't hear it at all, you don't see it, you just see me watching Shrek 2. And, like, there's not even any shiny hunting going on. Well, actually, there probably would be shiny hunting going on. I'm not going to just watch Shrek 2 without having some games going. Don't be ridiculous. But it'll just be a normal shiny hunting stream, except instead of paying attention to chat, you're watching my live reaction to Shrek 2. And I have, like, a live split timer going, so you can sync up the timestamp with Shrek 2. There should be a Freddy Fazbear reference in the second FNAF movie. I'm demanding it at this point. Like, there should be someone with just a really bad opinion, and then, like, someone shows up and is like, you know who's really scary? Freddy Fazbear. You tune in for a Shrek stream? There is the GB player version as well. I can't ignore that. That might be the way that I need to experience Shrek 2 for the first time on a Game Boy Advance. Oh, 2 Sparkling Bidoof in the same patch. Look at these pick-me's. It is Rumble Weekend, Tavia. What's up? We're rumbling up in here. If I did like a 6 to 8 Game Boy Advance hunt but snuck the Shrek movie in, I'd get a interesting concept. I'd have to really think about that a lot. You consider dual streaming Shiny Hunting and Zubinis. Yeah, that would be awesome. I've been thinking about doing that with Tomodachi Life recently. Like, imagine I set up like the perfect island. All sorts of crazy islanders. Like, I add in Streamlore and stuff. We put Calzone and Ramona Marsh on there. We have a horse of some sort, but in me form. And, I think that would be a fun time. And I have some crazy hunts going on while that's happening. And we just watch things unfold. The thing is, I don't know how active of a game Tomodachi Life is, though. I don't know how many inputs I'd have to make non-stop doing that. The bosses can be shiny, and it's absolutely nuts if that happens. It hasn't happened to me since October of 2021. I'm trying to make it happen again. I feel like a lot of my friends, though, like in the main Rumble Weekend group that started it, they've gone so long without ever finding a boss shiny. And I found 3, so I'm in no position to be asking for another. But man, I feel like I'm deserving of another. Quimpling, thank you for the sub, appreciate that. That is amazing, Atlas. I need to think about very carefully who I'm putting on my island. Who wouldn't want a boss shiny? True. It's quite the gap going back to 2021, but also at the same time, like, if you think about it, like, I only do this for a few weekends out of the year. I only play Rumble on Rumble weekends, realistically. If I was going, like, super hard on this, I could probably pull off a boss shiny in a month. If I were doing hardcore rumbling every single day, I'd pull off a boss shiny in a month or two. Yeah, I'm 47 and 6'7". I'm a tall man. All the Vivian patterns shiny in Scarlet and Violet? Probably not. To be completely 100% honest, the only Vivian that I really want shiny right now is Pokeball, and that's not even humanly possible to have. That being said, though, if I do an X and Y Dream Team quest, I'm hunting for the soft resettable Spupa in the berry fields, and you bet that I'm starting the files that I'd be hunting that on in places with cool patterns, like the ocean and the sun pattern. That would be a cool Dream Team quest member. They have locked Pokeball Vivian behind a cage. It's harrowing. Alright, we're gonna, like, go into the anthem now, I think. It's about time for me to be wrapping up the stream. I also kind of want a root beer or something. So I might go on a little snack run. Yeah, there's a soft resettable Spupa. The berry fields near Route 7 in Kalos, depending on what color berry tree you have, there are different things you can soft reset. You can go for, like, Volbeat, Illumise, Combee, Burmy, and Spupa. There might be another one that I'm forgetting about, but it's pretty swag. No, root beer is not the official Safari Week snack, actually. It's just what I'm craving. The official Safari Week snacks... No, not Safari Week. Rumble Weekend. Oh my gosh, you got me good, too. I have already procured those. I will reveal one of the official Rumble Weekend snacks. Do y'all want the sweet or the savory? Type sweet or savory in the chat, and I will reveal one of the answers. Now we're not going to do a credits run. I'm going to go all out for the prediction. Okay, first time chatter said savory, which is crazy that I managed to get someone out of lurking to type savory. I'm going to reveal the savory. Alright, chicken and a biscuit. The crackers. They're pretty good. Belinsky, baby, let's go. Good luck on the rumbling. I hope your first Rumble weekend treats you very well. Well, butter my butt and call me biscuit. That is a string of words that I just read. They still sell them. They're still really good snacks. I haven't had them in a little while. I don't know how they make it happen, but it works. It works. We need Absol reads questionable chat messages like how people do Germa compilations. That would be quite a series, honestly. I always wondered if they were, like, vegetarian or not. I guess they're not if they use, like, chicken stock and flavoring and stuff, but, like, I don't know, it's not like you're eating the protein of a chicken, but I'm assuming it does actually use chicken product. Chicken broth or whatever. It blew my mind learning that Oreos are vegan. Like, there's no dairy in that thing. That's nuts. Also, isitvegetarian.com said no. I wonder what the most surprisingly not vegetarian food is. Alright. Well, we gamed today. We found 2 horse and a clefable. Let's see who we're going to be raiding. Let's see who is on the Rumble grind. And I will probably see y'all later this weekend. We're going to raid Poketot